Time to pull on up now, man, and show some of that love. Top of the morning. Shout out to Pasadena, California. Yep. Yeah, man. See how we gonna do this right here. Set the record straight. Let me fix this thing right here, man. Make sure the volume is on point. You know how I go. Salute. Yeah, man. All right, man. Things sounding pretty good, man. I had to make sure the audio was on point before we dive into conversation. Shout out to the nation. Hey, man, it's King Supreme. You already knowing the damn deal, baby. Oh, man. Bless it. All right. Bust it. So right now, man, we talking about this Poetic FLAKKO situation. Well, Poetic FLAKKO gave an update along with a few other people. I want to hear everybody's perspective. Then I'm gonna break it down from my perspective. And guess what? King Supreme ain't no mother effing detective. You know what I mean? We 2 minutes in the game, man. Like I say, man, we gonna take off and do it. Hit the like button. Y'all already know what it is. I always go hard in the paint over here, man. ain't nothing new. Turn off some of this stuff in the back. Let me see. So salute. You rolling up? Excuse me. Man, you rolling up early, ain't you? You trying to get started real early. But hey, that's what it is, man. I can respect it. Roll up, man. Get your drinks, roll up, pour up, do whatever it is, that you got to do. Top of the morning with it. 9:34 a.m. West Coast time. You know. True warrior in the building, man. Shout out to my people, man. It's lovely when your people tap in with your first thing. Mm-hmm.
It was already bad for Gucci Mane, but it just got worse. And Gucci Mane is now in a situation that I don't think really gonna end well for Gucci. It's a lose-lose either way. We'll get back to the video shortly, but I want to let you guys know this video is being sponsored by Kalshi. Then I go Kalshi, and then I. If you want to get paid by predicting
and kidnapping of rapper Gucci Mane in the robbery and kidnapping.
Clicking the link in my description and downloading the app and using code FLAKKO to get $10 on your first deposit.
Suspects involved in the robbery and kidnapping of rapper Gucci Mane have been arrested. Officials say the alleged ringleader behind the attack was rapper POOH. Our Preseda Olguin has been on top of this story and has the latest.
Aside from learning that the 9th and final suspect has been arrested, we've been able to obtain video which shows the FBI at POOH Shiesty's home the day he was arrested. Take a look at that video. This happened in Memphis. Federal authorities say Shiesty was the ringleader behind the attack on Gucci Mane here in Dallas. That incident happened back in January at a music studio located off Dallas Parkway. The DOJ says Gucci Mane and 2 others were allegedly kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint. They say 9 people were involved, including POOH Shiesty's father and Big 30. For background, POOH Shiesty signed on to Gucci Mane's record label back in 2020. And according to the DOJ, POOH Shiesty is the one who set up the meeting to discuss his recording contract.
As alleged, Williams Jr. produced an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to sign a release from the recording contract at gunpoint. The remaining conspirators displayed firearms and robbed the other victims of Rolex watches, jewelry, cash, and other high-value items.
We knew from the very beginning of this indictment that Gucci Mane was snitching and working with them folks, and that Gucci Mane identified POOH Shiesty and snitched on POOH Shiesty. Now, POOH Shiesty robbed Gucci Mane and an off-duty officer and a bunch of white folks who are rich while he was on an ankle monitor. So POOH Shiesty did himself a disservice. But the thing with snitching, there ain't no halfway snitching or halfway telling, especially in this situation. You see, Gucci Mane did what he did by identifying POOH Shiesty to the police officers and to the feds and getting POOH Shiesty this indictment. But after the update we just got, after it was announced, the feds don't really got too much on POOH Shiesty, his daddy, or Big 30. They don't really got that much on them. And
I gotta disagree with that, right? Because if you taking pictures with the stolen jewelry, right, and the stolen jewelry came from the robbery, and they know that POOH Shiesty, they know that his whole crew was there at the studio. They was at that studio on that particular day. Then that's all they need. You got cooperating eyewitnesses. Guess what? An off-duty police officer is gonna tell you. He's gonna tell what happened. He's gonna point the finger. He's gonna get on the stand and testify. Right? They're gonna track everybody's phones. They're gonna track your movements to see where you were going. They're gonna connect the dots, man. It's gonna be easy case. So nah, man, I don't look at it like that, bro. When you got ninjas taking pictures on Instagram of the jewelry that they just robbed somebody from, you had an off-duty police officer involved. An off-duty police officer was one of the victims. Ain't no way you're getting out of this, homie. Ain't no way. And let me tell you guys something. When you rob one of these rich white men of their jewelry, they got tracking devices in their jewelry. They paid too much money to just let it go and say, oh, man, we just gonna chop it up to the game. Nah, man, it don't work like that. Even if you a street cat and you reach a certain level of success, your jewelry is gonna have tracking devices in it. There's no way you're gonna get away with this. This was dumb. So nah, homie, bless the like button if you haven't already. Yeah, baby.
Halfway snitching or halfway telling, especially in this situation. You see, Gucci Mane did what he did by identifying POOH Shiesty to the police officers and to the feds and getting POOH Shiesty this indictment. But after the update we just got, after it was announced, the feds don't really got too much on POOH Shiesty, his daddy, or Big 30. They don't really got that much on them. And they admitted that. They are relying heavily on witnessed account of things. They're relying heavily on people who were present to tell and snitch on POOH Shiesty. That means that—
Listen, man, it don't take that much for the feds to convict you, right? Right? The feds don't need all that stuff that the state needs. All the feds got to do is prove that you conspired in something and that these people were a part of your crew. That's all they need. They don't need surveillance. All they need is cooperating eyewitnesses to convict you in federal court. That's all they need, homie. Trust me, I understand how the game goes. Mac Dre from the Bay Area did 5 years in federal prison because he was with the dudes who robbed the bank. So they say you conspired in this. It's a conspiracy. Never mind that listen, they never caught none of these dudes in the act of robbing these banks in the Bay Area. all up and down from the central coast of California to northern Cali. They was robbing banks. They never caught none of these dudes red-handed. All they needed was a little bit of a cooperating witness. And all they had to say is all these people hang together, and the robberies happened during the same time they was moving around Fresno and moving around these different cities. The feds don't need all that evidence. All they got to do is prove that you was in Dallas. All they got to do is prove that these people are in your crew. They already got the pictures on Instagram with y'all flossing the jury. It is a wrap. And what do you think they're going to do? Even if Gucci Man don't snitch, let's say Gucci Man don't say nothing. The off-duty police officers and those white guys, they're going to tell. They're going to connect the dots. They're going to get on the stand. They're going to testify.
Gucci Mane got to take this stand or risk POOH SHIESTY walking.
New development tonight in the arrest of Memphis.
You see, Gucci Mane did what he did by identifying POOH SHIESTY to the police officers and to the feds and getting POOH SHIESTY this indictment. But after the update we just got, after it was announced, the feds don't really got too much on POOH SHIESTY, his daddy, or Big 30. They don't really got that much on them. And they admitted that. They are relying heavily on witnessed account of things. They're relying heavily on people who were present to tell and snitched on POOH SHIESTY. That means that Gucci Mane got to take this stand or risk POOH SHIESTY walking.
New development tonight in the arrest of Memphis rapper POOH SHIESTY. He and 8 others are charged with kidnapping rapper Gucci Mane. Shiesty's father, Lontrell Williams Sr., and another Memphis rapper known as Big 30 appeared in federal court today. Action News 5's Caitlin Miller was in the courtroom in downtown Memphis. So Caitlin, fill us in. What happened today?
Yeah, Joyce, so they're actually still in there, but what I can tell you is that a special agent from the FBI, Marcellus Hobbs, from the Dallas Violent Crimes Task Force, took the stand, and defense attorneys for Lontrell Williams Sr., POOH SHIESTY's father, and Rodney Wright Jr., also known as rapper Big 30, asked Hobbs a key question. Is there any hard evidence, like video surveillance, showing either man possessing a gun or threatening anyone? And Hobbs said no. He also testified that no concrete evidence was found in Wright's car or Williams' homes when they were arrested. But even so, the judge ruled there's still probable cause for both men and all defendants who appeared today based on cell phone data, outside surveillance video, and victim statements that stand on.
That's all they need, man. They can prove that you was in Dallas. They can prove that you pulled up to the studio. They have surveillance. They're going to track your phones. You got cooperating eyewitnesses. One of them is an off-duty police officer. You're not getting away with this, man. They're going to connect the dots. It is a wrap. The feds got enough technology to track all of your movements. They're going to ping your cell phone. They're going to look at the vehicles you came in. They're going to track the vehicles. Let me tell you something. When you commit a robbery like this, you need a 1987 Cutlass. You need a 1987 Chevy Caprice. If your car has navigation or any technology, that ain't nothing but a damn tracking device. Let me give y'all some game, man. Listen, homie, bless the like button if you haven't already. If you're thinking about putting in some work, and I shouldn't even be saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. If you're thinking about putting in some work, you better go get a 1987 Cutlass with no technology, no navigation, no cell phones. Matter of fact, homeboy, you better go get a pager. If it's major, hit me on my pager. Ring it, ring my telephone. If it's major, hit me on my pager. Ring it, ring my telephone. Hey, man, let me tell you something. For all you gangsters and criminals, you want to be a fly guy, you want to ride in foreign, you want to ride in luxury, that ain't nothing but a tracking device. If y'all was going to rob Gucci, man, you should have had no cell phones. You should have pulled up in a 1987 Cutlass. Straight up. Yeah. Even then, the chances of you getting caught are still high. But at least you got a better chance of getting away with it. You pull up in any car with any form of technology, navigation, and all that, man, you are cooked. That vehicle ain't nothing but a damn tracking device. I'm telling you. Hit the like button, brothers.
Uncontested homes when they were arrested. But even so, the judge ruled there is still probable cause for both men and all defendants who appear today based on cell phone data, outside surveillance video, and victim statements that stand uncontested. Right now, we're still waiting for the detention decision, so we're watching to see whether they'll be held or released as we move forward.
Gucci Mane is in a lose-lose situation. He already identified POOH SHIESTY on paperwork. His reputation is already dirt. However, there is a drastic difference between identifying somebody in paperwork, and maybe you could talk your way out of that, and taking a stand, pointing at them and snitching on camera for everybody to see. You can never come back from that. Well, if these folks are admitting we don't got much on these people, we don't got much physical evidence on them, what we do have, though, is witness account of things, witness statements, people who are going to take the stand and testify. If Gucci Mane doesn't testify, because Gucci Mane was the one who was in the room with POOH SHIESTY when he got robbed. He was the only one there. So if Gucci Mane doesn't take that stand and doesn't testify on POOH SHIESTY, well, POOH SHIESTY could walk. And if POOH SHIESTY walks or get found not guilty, well, POOH SHIESTY is coming home as an absolute living legend because the streets know POOH SHIESTY did it. Gucci Mane, one, you told for no reason initially because your name is in that paperwork. So now people is looking at you as a snitch, and the person you told don't got no consequences and they free. And that may have implications because if you don't take the stand, well, guess what? You're telling them folks that you signed that contract under duress. The contract released for POOH SHIESTY, Gucci.
Right. So Gucci is gonna. And this is true. This is why Gucci is gonna tell. Because if Gucci don't tell, then POOH SHIESTY gets out of the contract. Gucci loses millions of dollars. So he's gonna have to say, well, the only reason I signed the contract is because of it. If Gucci don't say that, then POOH SHIESTY walks away. Gucci loses on millions. That's like watching your investment just walk right out of the door, and there's nothing you can do about it. Boom, you take a major loss. You lose all his money on POOH SHIESTY. So Gucci Mane being a 46-year-old businessman, he's not 26. The man is 46. He's going to think about his family, and he's going to think about what's best for him. Gucci is not going to let POOH SHIESTY just get away with this and get out of that contract while he loses millions of dollars. So he's going to have to say, well, the only reason why I signed it because they had me at gunpoint. That's the only way the courts are going to throw it out and say, nope. You forced him to sign it. He did it. He signed the contract under these conditions. Okay, cool. The contract still stands. But Gucci is going to have to tell what happened in order to protect his money, to protect everything he got going on so that he don't lose out on his investment, because POOH SHIESTY is an investment for Gucci Mane. So more than likely Gucci is going to have to come forward. But here's the flip side of the story. If Gucci Mane does get on the stand, he loses on a lot of his fans. Gucci built his name and reputation off of being a street cat, a real hitter, a real street ninja. So if he does testify and get on the stand, his reputation will be tarnished forever. Now, some of you might say, well, should he go slide or should he think about business? Gucci is in a rock and a hard. He's in a rock and a hard place. If he gets revenge on POOH SHIESTY and he doesn't snitch, he loses out on millions of dollars. You just signed the man out of his contract. Now you got to go get street justice. And when you go to get street justice, you risk going to the penitentiary. Now, Gucci Mane is a 46-year-old guy, a multi-millionaire. I don't think Gucci is going to pay goons to go after POOH SHIESTY, because if he does that, he's running the risk of him going back to prison, the penitentiary. Gucci is married. Gucci has a family. He's a multi-millionaire. Or will Gucci say, nah, you know what? If I want to protect my investment, I got to tell. I can't just let this dude rob me and make me sign a contract and I lose out on millions. I truly believe that Gucci is going to say, you know what? He did it. He robbed me at gunpoint. That's the only reason I signed that damn contract.
I signed that under duress. Gucci Mane, one, you told for no reason initially because your name is in that paperwork. So now people is looking at you as a snitch.
Gucci does have to say something because Gucci signed POOH SHIESTY out of the contract. The only way they're going to reverse that, Gucci is going to have to say, I signed the contract under these conditions. The man had me at gunpoint. If Gucci Mane doesn't say that, then POOH SHIESTY gets away with the crime. He walks free. Gucci loses out on millions of dollars. His investment walks right out of the door. So Gucci is in a rock and a hard place. And listen, I'm not saying what Gucci should do. Some people can say, no, man, Gucci shouldn't snitch. Okay, well, he loses out on millions of dollars. POOH SHIESTY is out of the contract. If he does snitch, now he's running the risk of tarnishing his reputation and everything that he built. Gucci built his name off of street credibility. See, if this was Drake, it wouldn't matter. Nobody, listen, homie. Nobody believes that Drake is gonna slide, so nobody looks at Drake like that. If Drake got on the stand and pointed the finger, it's not gonna affect his career because Drake didn't build his reputation off of street credibility. Gucci did build his reputation from street credibility. So if Gucci does get on the stand, a lot of his fans gonna quit rocking with him. He's gonna lose support. He's gonna lose a lot of support from the streets if he does snitch. So that's what I mean when I say. But see, now Gucci had to ask himself, what's more important, street credibility or me being a businessman and protecting my money? So he's in a rock and a hard place.
And the person you told don't got no consequences and they free. And that may have implications because if you don't take the stand, well, guess what? You're telling them folks that you signed that contract under duress. The contract released for POOH SHIESTY, Gucci saying I signed that under duress. Well, if you don't take the stand and you don't cooperate any longer, well, POOH SHIESTY got you on camera signing that contract. He can say, I didn't do that under duress. Like I didn't put put no gun in Gucci Mane's head and made him release me from my contract. He lying. I went to court, federal court, and got found out not guilty of this. Now Gucci Mane risked POOH SHIESTY walking free from the contract, beating the Fed case, becoming the biggest rapper on the planet, and Gucci Mane gets nothing. But if Gucci Mane do go to court and take that stand, well, guess what? Now Gucci Mane's reputation is done forever. Gucci Mane can never show his face again in hip-hop. Gucci Mane is now a pariah and is now ostracized from hip-hop forever.
That's true, see? And see, you can look at it like this. Well, snitching is when you do a crime with somebody, you get caught and you tell. Yeah, that's snitching because you guys were criminals who did a crime together. You got caught, you tell. You gave information to law, you gave information, you gave the info, you gave a lot of info to law enforcement. Yeah, that's snitching. Or some people can say, well, Gucci didn't commit a crime with him, that's not snitching. Well, that's not how the street works. If you get robbed and you a so-called street ninja and you get on the stand and testify, the streets are going to call you a snitch. Now, we can say that's stupid. We can say the rules are dumb. I agree with you. A lot of these street rules are dumb. Unfortunately, I'm not the one making the rules for the streets. But if Gucci does get on the stand and testify, that will tarnish his street credibility. It's over. Nobody's going to look at Guwab like the big goon who caught a body. And let me tell you guys something. I'm going to show you how gullible and goofy the music industry is and the people who are influenced by it. Let me tell you something. When Gucci Mane unalived that dude back in 2004, whatever, when he had that beef with Young Jeezy, everybody said, oh, man, Gucci's a gangster. He's a gangster. Listen, man, a regular working man would shoot you for trying to rob him. So shooting somebody doesn't make you gangster. Everybody starts saying, oh, Gucci's a gangster. He caught a body. True indeed. All Gucci did was defend himself. People came in the house, tried to rob him, and like any man that's going to stand on business, you're going to up that weapon. You're going to bust that thing, right? And you're going to lay some people down. That's called self-defense. Self-defense does not make you a gangster. You got women. There's women out there that shot people for breaking in their home. It doesn't mean that she's a gangster. No, I'm not saying that Gucci was never a street cat or anything, but what I'm saying is you guys look at it like, well, he caught a body. He caught a body. Man, you got civilians out here who caught bodies. There's a 65-year-old man who lives around the corner from me. Somebody was breaking in his house. Two YNs was breaking in his house. The 60-year-old man came out busting, laid one of them down. The other one ran and got away. That's self-defense. It doesn't mean that the old man is a gangster. So a lot of you people felt like Gucci was gangster because he caught a body. Let me tell you something. Gucci is a human being. Gucci is a family man. He's a multi-millionaire. Gucci is not finna get out there in the streets lurking, looking to catch no bodies. He's not gonna do that. He would be dumb if he did that. He's a 46-year-old businessman, a multi-millionaire. Gucci has a lot to lose. So if we're looking at it from a business perspective, we'll say, well, Gucci, he got to snitch. He got to get on the stand. Because if he don't testify, POOH SHIESTY might get away with this. He got to say the only reason why I signed the contract because the YN, he had me at gunpoint. As a businessman, that will be right for Gucci to do. But if you a so-called street ninja, and Gucci did build his reputation off of being a hitter and a street ninja, testifying in court will tarnish his reputation. So Gucci got to make a choice. Does Gucci choose the streets, or does Gucci say, no, I'm a businessman, I'm going to do what's best for me as a businessman? Or does Gucci say, no, I'm a street ninja, I'm going to handle this in the streets. I ain't snitching, I ain't saying nothing, I'm going to get street justice. Gucci has to make a decision. He got to pick the streets, or he got to say, no, I'm a businessman.
Now, didn't do that under duress. Like, I didn't put put no gun in Gucci Mane's head and made him release me from my contract. He lying. I went to court, federal court, and got found out not.
Well, listen, here's the thing. Even if Gucci don't testify, the off-duty police officers and those white guys will testify. So I believe POOH SHIESTY is fired regardless. But when it comes to the contract, Gucci is going to have to prove why he signed that contract. He gonna do two things and say, man, you know what, man, that man, them dudes came in up, put that gun on me, man. Hell yeah, I signed the contract. I was in fear of my life. Then they're gonna say, okay, the contract still stands. You signed the contract under duress. So then it goes out of the window. POOH SHIESTY is still in the contract. But if Gucci don't say anything, and if he doesn't testify, well, you just signed POOH SHIESTY out of the contract. Now you lose millions of dollars. So that's what I mean when I say Gucci is in between a rock and a hard place. If he doesn't testify, you just let POOH SHIESTY, you signed the man out of his contract. You sat up there and watched millions of dollars just walk out of the building. But if you do testify, your street credibility is over. It's over.
That contract.
It's over.
He can say, I didn't do that under duress. Like, I didn't put put no gun.
All right, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel like Gucci should snitch. Put a 2 in the chat if you feel like Gucci's a street goon, he should handle it in the streets. Put a 1 in the chat if Gucci should snitch. Put a 2 in the chat if you feel like, Gucci's a street goon, he need to handle this in the streets. Give me some feedback in the comments. Make sure that y'all bless that like button, man.
Gucci Mane, one, you told for no reason initially because your name is in that paperwork. So now people is looking at you as a snitch, and the person you told don't got no consequences and they free. And that may have implications because if you don't take the stand, well, guess what? You're telling them folks that you signed that contract under duress. The contract released for POOH SHIESTY, Gucci saying I signed that under duress. Well, if you don't take the stand and you don't cooperate any longer, well, POOH SHIESTY got you on camera signing that contract. He can say, I didn't do that under duress. Like, I didn't put put no gun in Gucci Mane's head and made him release me from my contract. He lying. I went to court, federal court, and got found out not guilty of this. Now, Gucci Mane risked POOH SHIESTY walking free from the contract, beating the Fed case, becoming the biggest rapper on the planet, and Gucci Mane gets nothing. But if Gucci Mane do go to court and take that stand, well, guess what? Now Gucci Mane's reputation is done forever. Gucci Mane can never show his face again in hip-hop. Gucci Mane is now a pariah and is now ostracized from hip-hop forever. Now, based on who you're talking to, Gucci Mane got support on one end of hip-hop while the other end of hip-hop is saying it ain't cool what you doing.
And committed kidnapping in violation of that. Chat, is Gucci's career done? Gucci's a victim of a kidnapping.
Hey, man, shout out to Craig Harper. Hey, man, I feel like, hey, man, the white guys is there. I'll be like, man, ask the white man. I mean, but there's the cat, and I feel you, Craig Harper, but they might say, nah, Gucci, we still need your testimony. If you don't testify, then Pooh Shiesty's gonna walk away. You just signed him out of the contract. So that's the trick bag that they're gonna put Gucci in, right? Because the white man's testimony ain't enough to say maybe it will and maybe it won't. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't understand how this works. But let's say if they say, okay, well, the white guy's testimony is enough. So they're going to say Pooh Shiesty did it, and that automatically protects Gucci. So Gucci signing Pooh Shiesty out of the contract doesn't stand because the white guys testify. Or maybe they say, nah, that ain't enough, Gucci. We need your testimony. We need you to testify. And if you don't testify, Pooh Shiesty walks out of that contract. So I don't know, but shout out to Craig Harper. I feel you. Hey, man, don't ask me. Ask the white guys.
Ever. Gucci Mane can never show his face again in hip hop. Gucci Mane is now a pariah and is now ostracized from hip hop forever. Now, based on who you're talking to, Gucci Mane got support on one end of hip hop, while the other end of hip hop is saying it ain't cool what you doing,
and committed kidnapping in violation of that. Chat, is Gucci's career done? Gucci is a victim of a kidnapping. According to this federal agent, Gucci helped them identify the culprits. I think Gucci should get a pass. He's from Atlanta. For Atlanta rapper not to tell, that'll be breaking news. Yo, chat, it's going to be viral the day an Atlanta rapper be like, yo, breaking news, this Atlanta rapper with all the reasons to tell, didn't tell. Who cares? And is Gucci a street guy anymore? This is regular Atlanta business right here. But I got to be honest with you. Shiesty's fried.
In this situation, I'm okay with whatever Gucci does. Yeah. I'm okay if he went in there and said, them niggas robbed me. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with that because, like I tell people all the time, Gucci, we get out of the street game and get in the rap game so that the rules do not apply to us. Now, for the people that said, oh, man, Gucci snitch, man.
I feel you, though, but listen, when you build your name off of a street reputation, then you can't say that. Now, it's okay if Drake went in the courtroom and said, man, them ninjas robbed me, man, held me at gunpoint and made me sign that contract. Nobody looks down on Drake for doing that. But when you're big goo-wop, the big goon, the hitter, the man who caught a body, the man with a lot of street influence, the rules are different for Gucci. Gucci can't get away with hopping on the stand, but somebody like Drake can get away with hopping on the stand. Drake built his reputation off of making music. Gucci built his reputation off of being a real street ninja, somebody who don't play no games. They're gonna look at Gucci Mane different if he hop on the stand. No, I get it. I'm not saying what Gucci Mane should do. Gucci Mane got to do what's best for him at the end of the day. I said it before and I say it again. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel like Gucci should snitch. Put a 2 in the chat if you feel like Gucci should handle this stuff in the streets.
He needs. Yeah. I'm okay if he went in there and said, them niggas robbed me. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with
This is regular Atlanta business right here. But I got to be honest with you. Shiesty's fried.
In this situation, I'm okay with whatever Gucci does. Yeah. I'm okay if he went in there and said, them niggas robbed me. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with that because, like I tell people all the time, Gucci, we get out of the street game and get in the rap game so that the rules do not apply to us. Now, for the people that said, "Oh man, Gucci snitch, man, he need to keep it to the streets and this and that right there." Well, it's not streets. Mm-hmm. When you're dealing with Atlantic Records or these big old record companies, these are banks. Yeah. When they gonna give you money.
Pooh Shiesty went to jail shortly after his career popped off. So let's just say, you know, like the label gave Gucci Mane, let's say $7 million for Pooh Shiesty. He gave Pooh Shiesty that advance. Pooh Shiesty goes to jail. Pooh Shiesty is in jail. He gets another advance, let's say for like $2 million. Pooh Shiesty come home. He you know, his music is streaming. Let's just say Pooh Shiesty is $3 million in the hole. Well, if Pooh Shiesty forced Gucci Mane with a pistol to release him from out his contract, even though he has $3 million left to recoup, then Gucci Mane is the one who has that debt. Gucci Mane is the one who has to answer to that, right? So that's why you would say, if you Gucci Mane, this ain't about no street stuff, man. Like, yo, this is business, bro. You can't do that. You can't put no pistol to my head and make me release you out of contract where you still gotta recoup. That ain't cool. That ain't boo. Now, let's look at the evidence, though, against POOH.
Hey, man, you been hanging around Blood Gang too much. Sue Woo, hey, that ain't bull, right?
Here. Because people are saying Gucci Mane is fried. Because if Gucci Mane did that, tell him, but he ain't ready to go the full way, he ain't ready to absolutely just burn his bridge and ruin his face card forever in hip-hop, then POOH is coming home and walking free, based on how the evidence is looking. Now, according to lawyer Mo, who covers a lot of these hip-hop cases.
Listen, man, me personally, I don't think the white guy's testimony is going to be enough. Now, their testimony could be enough to get POOH locked up, but their testimony alone ain't going to be enough to protect Gucci Mane in that contract situation. I truly believe they're going to say, nah, Gucci, we need your testimony. If you don't testify and say that this man robbed you, he walks out of his contract. He might still go to jail because you got white boys testifying saying that POOH and his goons robbed him. But they're going to say, nah, Gucci, we need your testimony. If you want to protect your contract, you got to get on the stand and say this. And if you don't, POOH walks out of that contract. In my honest opinion, they're going to force Gucci to snitch. They're going to force Gucci to snitch. If you don't snitch, you lose out. If you don't snitch, you lose millions. POOH gets out of that contract. That's the trick bag they're going to put Gucci Mane in. But regardless of the contract situation, I feel like POOH is going to jail based on the fact that the white guys are testifying in court. They ain't finna let this slide. Nah, the white man ain't finna let this slide.
He believes the feds don't really got much on POOH, and it relies on Gucci Mane's testimony. But if Gucci Mane don't testify, then Gucci Mane is still a rapper.
Oh, my bad. Hold on.
Gucci Mane is the one who has to answer to that, right? So that's why you would say, if you Gucci Mane, this ain't about no street stuff, man. Like, yo, this is business, bro. You can't do that. You can't put no pistol to my head and make me release you out of contract where you still gotta recoup. That ain't cool. That ain't boo. Now, let's look at the evidence, though, against POOH here. Because people are saying Gucci Mane is fried. Because if Gucci Mane did that, tell him, but he ain't ready to go the full way, he ain't ready to absolutely just burn his bridge and ruin his face card forever in hip-hop, then POOH is coming home and walking free, based on how the evidence is looking. Now, according to lawyer Mo, who covers a lot of these hip-hop cases, he believes the feds don't really got much on POOH, and it relies on Gucci Mane's testimony. But if Gucci Mane don't testify, then Gucci Mane is still a right for identifying POOH, but then the man he ratted on is free, and now you got to deal with that.
He just said this week, 9 individuals, including well-known music artists, kidnapped. This happened back on January 10th. Why is the...
Now, we need way more people to bless that like button. I know you got a lot of haters. We got a lot of haters now because some of you guys don't want to hit the like button. It's like somebody's paying y'all to not hit the like button. So I see what it is. We're going to combat that situation. I done got down to the problem, to the business. We should have 400 likes by now. We got a bunch of hating ass ninjas watching the damn content now. I never knew that I had so many hate watchers until I started this new channel. But anyway, let's get back to the content.
Cases, he believes the feds don't really got much on POOH, and it relies on Gucci Mane's testimony. But if Gucci Mane don't testify, then Gucci Mane is still a right for identifying POOH, but then the man he ratted on is free, and now you got to deal with that.
He just said this week, 9 individuals, including well-known music artists, kidnapped. This happened back on January 10th. Why is the internet wrong? Well, people who are saying that there's this guy on video pulling a gun on Gucci, if the feds have you on video pulling a gun on Gucci while you're on home confinement, not allowed to have a gun on January 10th, you get arrested January 11th, maybe January 12th. By February, you're cooked. By March, you're already violated and doing your time. This is April. Now,
yeah, You're right about that, Stephanie. We got 500 people watching and only 111 likes. That shows me King Supreme got a whole lot of haters. We got a whole lot of hating ass ninjas behind the scene talking and running their mouth, because there's no way you have 500 live viewers and only got 100 and some likes. I peep game like that. Like I said, we got a whole lot of hate watchers, a whole lot of weak ass feminine ninjas hating in the background. We got 500 some people watching. Get us 500 likes. Show me the people that's really rocking with King Supreme. Not all you hate watching ass ninjas. But anyway, we're going to get back to the content. We're going to finish this. Should Gucci Mane testify? Or do you say, nah, Gucci should handle this situation in the streets? I want y'all feedback. Give me some more.
One thing that's to note, I think on Gucci, if the feds have you on video pulling a gun on Gucci while you're on home confinement, not allowed to have a gun on January 10th, you get arrested January 11th, maybe January 12th. By February, you're cooked. By March, you already violated and doing your time. This is April. Now, one thing that's to note, I think the fact that we're in April and this came out today is telling, because Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, was fired today, and we need to turn the page quickly. But I think this case seems, we'll see. I think obviously the feds have charged kidnapping, and the reason why you charge kidnapping is because it's not larceny. The guy didn't rob the recording deal rights. You're never going to prove to a jury that POOH SHIESTY had a premeditated plan to fly out to Dallas and then he's going to pull a gun on Gucci and get Gucci to sign away the contract rights. That's ridiculous. Okay, there was a lot of people in the room. Apparently, there was some violence in that room, because the most injuries that we've heard of is some guy got like choked and there was some abrasions on his neck. Okay, so something happened. But then, like, beyond that, the feds haven't really put anything. I don't know if this news report is real, but I don't need a news report to tell me that there's no video of POOH SHIESTY holding a gun. Facts. POOH SHIESTY is the most important person on this indictment, the only guy the feds really care about. Facts. POOH SHIESTY allegedly had that gun on him on January 10th. Facts. POOH SHIESTY was not picked up until April 1st. Facts. They are not letting POOH SHIESTY to build a case out on some other people who they don't care about, stay out for 3 months while they have him on camera with a gun, and potentially he could have done another crime, and then they would have been never gonna happen. Okay, now let's talk about the case, right? So what you have in this case is a case of 6 people who have been charged, okay, and 6 people are there and present. What did each of them do? What is each of their roles? Was there a conspiracy? Did they actually plan and plot to go and be there? None of that shit is going to get proven from the fact that the ankle monitor places him there. None of that shit is going to get proven from the fact that you have surveillance camera from the drugstore across the street showing people leave. None of that shit is going to get proven by any of that. What it will come down to is witness testimony, and that's all it is. And so you're going to see the case play out.
We've never been at a more important place in the culture than this moment right here. I would say 2024 was the last time we were at this point in the culture. But what happened? In 2024, we were at a point in the culture where I feel like the general consensus in the culture was the streets got to go. The streets are stupid. And then coincidentally, conveniently, Kendrick Lamar drops a record where he's crip walking, he's blood walking, and now crip walking and blood walking and gangbanging is cool again. Right on time, right on cue. When we were getting ready to make that pivot, Kendrick Lamar made gangbanging cool. Now, we're far removed from that, from that era. Now we're at the pivotal point again where, okay, it's time to make a decision. Is snitching cool or is snitching not cool? I feel like if Gucci Mane goes to that courthouse, take that stand, and comes out and survives that stand, and survives taking a stand against POOH SHIESTY, and nobody cares, and nobody treats Gucci Mane differently, and Gucci Mane still gets to come out here, tour, make music, drop hits, and he still gets to move around the industry freely, they'll be the death of anti-snitching. They'll be the death.
I agree with FLAKKO. On that. If Gucci Mane does get on the stand and people still rock with him, then that whole don't snitch code goes out of the window. That's saying that it's cool to snitch. So nobody will be looked down on for snitching, but we got to see how this particular thing plays out. Because I believe they're going to put Gucci Man in the trick bag. They're going to say, Gucci, if you don't get on the stand and say POOH SHIESTY held a gun, POOH SHIESTY walks out of that contract. If you don't snitch. So they're going to put Gucci Man in the trick bag and say, nah, man, we need your testimony. That's the only way you're going to be able to protect your millions and his contract. You better testify. If you don't, POOH SHIESTY gets out of the contract scot-free. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that POOH SHIESTY is not going to serve jail time if Gucci doesn't snitch, because you got white guys who are willing to snitch. You got white guys who are willing to testify in court and point the finger at you and say, yeah, he the one that did it. He was the one holding that damn gun.
If Gucci Mane does that, come out, and he's still allowed to operate in the industry and move around freely and do what he got to do, and he still got fans and he's still moving.
Right. If Gucci does testify and the street still rocks with Gucci, then the don't snitch code goes out of the window. That's gonna send a strong message to everybody else in the rap game. You can snitch and still have your rap career. Nobody cares anymore. They don't call it snitching no more. They call it telling the truth. I'm not saying what Gucci should do. Gucci has to do what's best for him.
Because we've never seen this before. 6ix9ine came out, 6ix9ine career over with. Gunna make music, drop hits, and he still can move around the industry freely. They'll be the death of anti-snitching. They'll be the death of it. If Gucci Mane does that, come out, and he's still allowed to operate in the industry and move around freely and do what he got to do, and he still got fans and he's still moving, because we've never seen this before. 6ix9ine came out, 6ix9ine career over with. Gunna is still denying he snitched. Gunna snitching is so dry area, it's so gray area that we don't even, like, some people think Gunna didn't snitch, while some think he did snitch, right? Gunna came back to LA, was in the trenches after that incident because folks are saying he didn't snitch. But if Gucci Mane take that stand, point a finger and said, that man did it, and get off that stand and survive, that's the death. That's the death of anti-snitching. That's the death of it. We can now move past this conversation on whether or not the culture care about snitching anymore. We don't. This is the most pivotal moment, man. And Gucci is in your corner, man, because if Gucci take that stand and rat and tell them white folks that POOH SHIESTY did it, POOH SHIESTY is going to jail for a very long time. If Gucci don't take that stand, POOH SHIESTY coming home. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? Would you guys judge Gucci if Gucci take that stand and testify? Let me know, okay? And if you enjoy my content and you want to watch another...
Listen, man. See, the feds, they got their ways of getting what they want. They're very tricky and calculated, very strategic about when it comes to how they do things, right? They're going to say, nah, Gucci, we need your testimony. If you want to protect your contract, you better tell us. If you don't, but at the same time, like I said, I believe POOH SHIESTY does prison time regardless if Gucci snitches or not. Gucci is snitching to protect his contract. I don't think Gucci really cares about the prison time. Gucci wants to protect his money. Gucci wants to protect his investment. Gucci Man invested in POOH SHIESTY when he was this broke little ninja walking around Memphis who didn't have nothing. Gucci said, I took you from a broke ninja to a multi-millionaire. Then you got the nerve to rob me at gunpoint. You got the nerve to take my jewelry. You got the nerve to tell me if I don't sign this contract, you're going to unalive me. After everything I done did for you, I took you out of the ghetto. I turned you into a superstar. I made you a multi-millionaire. And this is the mother-loving thanks I get. You come to the studio with these goons and put guns on me. So Gucci Man is looking at it like, dude, you betrayed me. I put millions in your pocket. Made you a celebrity. Made you a superstar. Now you going to rob me? Yeah.
A good video. Click on this video right here to find out why racist white folks are apparently plotting revenge on Drewski.
Hit the like button if you haven't already. Yeah. After all this I done did for you, you gonna sit up there and rob me? Oh, no. You did?
kidnapping and robbing Gucci Mane, and others are set to face a judge again on Monday as their high-stakes detention hearing continues. In federal court today, prosecutors say what was supposed to be a business meeting at a Dallas recording studio quickly turned into a violent, coordinated crime. 5 of the 9 people charged, Lontrell Williams Sr., Rodney Wright Jr., Darian McDaniel, Corday Johnson, and Demarion Gibson, appeared in court. Investigators revealed new details about what they say happened on January 10th. Just after 1 p.m., 3 victims arrived expecting to meet with rapper POOH SHIESTY or Lontrell Williams Jr. Instead, prosecutors say it was an ambush. An FBI special agent testified that Williams Jr. brought 1 victim into a private studio room. Others followed, shut the door, and an argument over a contract quickly escalated. Williams Jr. had Rodney Wright, also known as Big 30, retrieve a bag with an AK-style pistol, then pointed it at the victim, forcing him to sign paperwork releasing him from his contract, according to the agent. Investigators say multiple suspects then pulled gun, robbing the victims of jewelry, cash, and personal items. 1 victim was choked and injured. Outside, security could not get in. Prosecutors claim the exit had been barricaded by Big 30. Surveillance video captured parts of the incident. Authorities say the group later fled, some back to Memphis, others staying in Texas, with some even posting cash and stolen items on social media. A judge has now ruled there is probable cause for charges including kidnapping, robbery, and conspiracy. One of Big 30's attorneys, Murray Wells, spoke with us after the ruling.
There are certainly gaps in the evidence. The thing doesn't make sense. Sort of the way it's put together in the complaint doesn't make practical sense about how the way this may have happened. So we use this as an opportunity to sort of learn what their theory is.
And bond was granted for Williams Sr. under strict conditions, including home confinement and a $250,000 bond. As for the remaining suspects, their cases are expected to continue when court resumes Monday afternoon. Johnson's hearing was reset for Tuesday.
Yeah. Let's hear what Finesse 2 Times got to say about this, man. We got Finesse 2 Times. If you haven't blessed the like button, make sure that you do so.
If it ain't on TMZ, it ain't true. What you see?
Let's see what my man Finesse 2 Times had to say about this, because Finesse 2 Times is from Memphis.
Man, I'm back with a motherfucking update though. I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to defend Gucci Mane there yesterday. But I ain't gonna lie. Hey, Walt, that shit look crazy. Man, I hope this shit is crazy looking at motherfuckers just did some weird paperwork ass or some weird clout chasing ass, but the only thing I can think of, right, that might be going on, and I told Suge this, I said, is Gucci Mane telling? That's Keisha doing it. That's his wife. His wife making him tell. She's standing on woman time. She's standing because from what I heard,
man, your wife shouldn't be able to make you tell, man. You got to stand on business as a man. It's up to Gucci to make that decision. Does Gucci keep it real with the streets and say, I ain't gonna snitch, I'm gonna take the L and lose out on millions, and I'm just gonna handle it in the streets? That's one way of thinking about it. Or Gucci can say, nah, I'm a businessman. I'm not a street ninja, no. I ain't a street ninja no more. I'm a multi-millionaire. I got to do what's best for me and my family. I got to do what's best to protect my contract. You're damn right I'm going to get on that stand and say that this young ninja sat up there and put that pistol in my face and forced me to sign that damn contract. You're damn right I'm going to testify. I'm a businessman. I don't give a damn about the streets no more. So Gucci has a decision to make. Does he take the street route, or does he say, no, I'm a successful businessman? I'm telling. You can go left or you can go right. Whatever works for you. Gucci has to make that decision. Some people say, oh, no, man, that's snitching. Oh, he shouldn't get on the stand and point the finger. Oh, look, oh no, man, that's telling. No. Gucci man got to keep it hood. Gucci man got to keep it to the streets. That's one way to look at it. But when you become a multi-millionaire businessman, you don't give a damn about the street no more. The streets ain't feeding your family. Although Gucci man did use the streets to build his reputation in the rap game. That's another angle you can look at it from. Gucci wouldn't be who he is if it wasn't for the streets, if it wasn't for the street credibility. So does Gucci man uphold the street rules? Or do we say, man, F all that street stuff. I'm a businessman. I'm testifying. I got to protect my bread.
I heard what I know. When shit went down, WAP will fight. WAP went with his move. WAP shit fell off. His watch and his ring fell off while he was going with his move. Wasn't no shots fired. But when he got through scuffling, he told the security, "Where my shit? My shit gone." That's when shit got wild. But it did go left. Shit did get crazy. And what I don't know is, but what it looked like is, if WAP made a statement or not. I don't know if he made a statement, but it looked like it. I ain't gonna lie. That shit looked bad for WAP. Because if you ain't with Scar like you supposed to, I don't think Shiesty would have did what he did. I don't think he would, if he did it. I don't think he would have went that extent to do that. So if you ain't with Scar like you supposed to, when that man died and passed away, and you weren't there for Scar and you weren't there for his family and shit, you wrong for that. But let me give y'all the flip side of it though. This shit business. And in business, they don't care about street dudes. They don't care about street tactics. They don't live by those. They don't do that shit. WAP is business oriented. He don't care for the streets no more. He older now. It's over with. And let me tell you something else. A lot of these out here feel the same way. They just ain't gonna tell you until the opportunity presents itself. You ain't gonna never know that they are snitch until something happens to them that'll make them snitch. A majority of them, especially the ones who be so snitch K, the ones who be so snitch killer, the ones who be so gangster, them be the ones ain't never been placed in a situation to tell on nobody. My husband would never, man, have me. They don't know what the f you would do. Shut the f up, bitch. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. I hate that for Gucci. I hate that for Shiesty. That's ugly, WAP. That's ugly, WAP. That name and that paperwork, like, it's ugly for the streets. But on the flip side, when it comes to being a businessman, a husband, a father, man, my wife probably telling him, wife, you gotta think about it. What if WAP walked in the house? What if Gucci man walked in the house, right? What if Gucci man walked in the house and called 20, 30 niggas and said, man, load up. Niggas got me up. Yeah, meet me in my crib right now. Load them choppers up. Load is up. It's going up. And his wife said, Rachel, you're not finna do this dumb shit. You married, we got kids, we worth X, Y, and Z worth of money, you done made it through this, you done made it through that. You wanna do all this shit about a dumb ring or a dumb watch, you wanna woo, woo, woo. I'm gonna leave this house right now. I'm gonna walk away from this marriage. Do you think that man gonna sacrifice everything the rest of his life? See, a lot of people live for longevity. Some people, most people, they live for the moment. They live for right now, what they can get done today. I'm behind because I've been to jail so much, but I think 10, 15, 20 years from now, that woman gonna be in that man's life for the next 10, 15 years, 20 years, till they die probably. You ain't never heard about her cheating on him. You ain't never heard about him cheating on her in 5, 6, 7 years. What they tell you? He loved that woman. That woman loved him. She changed him, made him feel better, made him a man. Was there for him when he failed, when he was fighting the feds. And a call it pussy whip, and a say, oh, you whipped. Oh, you tender. You're going to be tender one day when somebody keep it real with you, if you ever get the moment to somebody, ever find somebody to keep it real with you. If you ever find somebody to keep it real with you, whether you be woman or man, I promise to God, you'll go against your whole family about him. You're going to go against your whole family about him. So guess what? If WAP telling, I ain't going to even lie. Keisha got a lot to do with it. Keisha got a lot to do with it. She letting that man know. Either it's going to be this, the streets, or you going to stand on business.
Keisha shouldn't have no control over what decision you make. Guwap is a man, so his wife shouldn't influence his decision. If Guwap wants to protect his street reputation, then that's what he's gonna do. If Guwap decides to testify to say, nah, I gotta protect my business, I gotta protect my investments, I gotta protect my money, then that's a decision that Guwap chose, right? But Keisha, now I understand what Finesse is saying. Maybe Keisha does have a certain amount of influence on Gucci to influence his decision making. Finesse might be 100% correct about that. I'm just talking. I don't really know.
You gonna or your family? Me, your kids? You think you gonna throw everything away for a watch and a ring? You gonna fuck us for? And shit, at the end of the day, what you think he gonna choose? As a man though, not a boy. See, boys is the ones who make decisions that please everybody. Man is the one that make decisions that please the inner circle, the family, the brand that helps us. I go do this for one of you. You ain't gonna even be here for me. Ain't gonna send a no commissary. Ain't gonna give a nigga a muffin, a pecan.
He right about that. You have to make a decision. If Guwap crashes out, then no one's gonna support him. He's on his own. But like I said, Guwap, listen, Gucci Mane is listen, bro. Gucci's street reputation is what gave him the credibility in hip hop. Being a street ninja is what made Gucci famous. So if Gucci does testify, he throws all of that out of the window. All that Guwap, a real hitter, a real street cat, all of that goes out of the window. And maybe he's at the point in his life to where he doesn't care about that anymore. He doesn't care about how the streets look at him. Maybe he doesn't care anymore. And that's called maturity. That's called growth, elevation. I get it. I'm not saying that Gucci should take it to the streets. I'm not saying that Gucci should testify. Gucci got to do what's best for Gucci at the end of the day. right? Gucci does have a family. Gucci is a married man. Gucci does have children. But at the same time, you got other people saying, nah, the only reason why Gucci became a multimillionaire is because the streets was rocking with him. The streets supported him. So does Gucci uphold the street rules and the street codes? Or did he say, nah, I'm a businessman. All that street stuff is over with. I got to do what's best for me and my family.
Ain't gonna get a shit. I go do this for one of you is the ones who make decisions that please everybody. Man is the one that make decisions that please the inner circle, the family, the brand that helps us. I go do this for one of you. You ain't gonna even be here for me. Ain't gonna send a no commissary. Ain't gonna give a nigga a muffin, a pecan. Ain't gonna give a shit. They still don't make up for making a statement. Still, you too grown, Walt, and you got a whole lot of money. So I know that watching that ring don't mean shit.
My bad. Should Gucci man say, nah, man, I'm a multi-millionaire, I'm a businessman, I gotta protect my money, I gotta protect my family, I'm a multi-millionaire? Or does Gucci say, no, homeboy, the streets is what made me rich. The streets supported me. The streets is the only reason I became a multi-millionaire. I'm gonna keep it trill to the streets. What should Gucci do? Keep it trill to the streets? Or should he say, man, F all that street stuff, I'm a businessman, I'm a multi-millionaire, I gotta protect my business and my family? What should Gucci man do?
They still don't make up for making a statement. It's still on you too grown, Walt, and you got a whole lot of money. So I know that watching that ring don't mean shit to you. Well, it might mean a lot because it holds sentimental value, but we've been through too much, bro. If you send Pooh to jail like that, like, that'll go against everything that you've been through. Don't send a young nigga to jail, bro. Then again, it's kind of out of Gucci hands. You got the cameraman pressing charges.
This is what I'm saying, homeboy. Regardless if Gucci man testifies or not, POOH SHIESTY and his crew is still going to jail. But when it comes to the contract thing, that's a whole nother thing. The feds might say, Gucci, if you don't say that POOH SHIESTY held his gun, he gets out of that contract. You lose out on millions of dollars. You lose out on your investment, which is POOH SHIESTY. So if you don't snitch, POOH SHIESTY gets out of that contract. POOH SHIESTY is going to jail anyway because you got white boys who are snitching, who are willing to testify and point the finger in court, who are willing to get on the stand. So POOH SHIESTY is cooked as far as jail time regardless. But if we're talking about the contract, that's a whole nother thing. They might tell Gucci, man, the white boys testifying ain't enough to protect your contract. We need your testimony to protect your contract. Gucci might say, well, hell with it then, I'm telling. Hell yeah, he pointed that gun at me. Hell yeah, he made me sign that contract. They're going to put Gucci in a trick bag and say, if you don't testify, if you don't snitch, POOH SHIESTY walks out of that contract. That's the trick bag they're going to put Gucci in. So Gucci has a decision to make. Does he keep it real with the streets, or does he protect his assets and money as a businessman? I'm just saying.
You got the security guard pressing charges. Even if Gucci Mane didn't press charges, man, them damn near be cooked, man. They got a white boy, a cameraman. Oh, you can't even give him enough money to not say nothing. If you send Pooh to jail like that, like, that'll go against everything that you've been through. Don't send the young nigga to jail, bro. Then again, it's kind of out of Gucci hands. You got the cameraman pressing charges. You got the security guard pressing charges. Even if Gucci Mane didn't press charges, man, them damn near be cooked, man. They got a white boy, a cameraman. Oh, you can't even give him enough money to not say nothing. No. A white boy? Oh, he coming to court. Every court date. He gonna come on a court date that you ain't even supposed to be at. Oh, that white boy, he finna tell it all. That white boy finna do it. If WAP don't do it, that white boy and that security guard, that's what's gonna fry bro them. Even if WAP fall back and don't go with his statement or not. And then in the feds so wicked. He'll try, if WAP was to want to recant his statement, because he made a statement, as I can see, if he wanted to recant his statement and go back and say he ain't say this, the feds would be like, okay, we don't need you no way. And still use his statement. That's how the feds is. So him just saying he don't want to plead guilty, I mean that he don't want to go with that statement and he don't want to testify, the feds don't care. They don't care. They coming to get you. I'm up to take your way all the way to trial. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad, man. It's bad. Only people might not get a whole lot of time is probably 30 other young. I don't think they got long jail histories and shit. They might get 8, 9s, and 10s and shit like that. But bro, if he get convicted of that shit, if bro get fucked out, and man, lo and behold, man, he don't have to go through that shit. But if Shiesty get fucked out, and Shiesty get found guilty, man, it's gonna be bad. 30 plus, 25 plus. It's gonna be bad. Like I told y'all, they got something in the feds called relevant conduct. Relevant conduct means if you have ever did anything like the charge that's relevant to the one that you got now, your current charge, with no evidence, they can find you guilty just because of the relevancy, the relevant conduct. They just said, bro, up Drake and pop as in the Yemen. In this situation, they saying, bro, up Drake and rob nigga. They saying this. This the same situation about the rob. So it's relevancy. It's the same kind of, so even if, put it like this, even with bro name coming up in it, they gonna try to fry bro. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. They gonna try to fry bro. They gonna try to fry. The daddy too. I heard the daddy was out though. The dad on Hunger Family, he said Pop's out. You said Texas don't give a about no first time offender.
All I'm saying is this, bro. POOH SHIESTY is going to jail regardless because of the fact that the white boys are testifying. The contract gonna be a separate thing. The Fed's gonna put Gucci in a situation to where they're gonna say, without your testimony, Gucci, POOH SHIESTY walks out of his contract. So, and like I said, Gucci Mane became Gucci Mane because of the streets. So does Gucci uphold the street code? Or does he say, I'm a businessman, none of that street stuff matters anymore? That's Gucci Mane's decision to make. We can't make it for him. At the end of the day, Guwap got to do what's best for Guwap. Do you uphold the street code, or do you say, F all that, I'm a businessman, I got to protect my money, I got to protect my investments? And if Gucci's thinking like a businessman, he's going to protect his assets, he's going to protect his business, he's going to protect his investments. If he's thinking like a businessman and say, nah, man, the hell with the streets.
It's bad. Pops got out. See, if Pops got out, it's because all Pops feeling is old. It's because all Pops feeling is old. He an old nigga, he probably had a clean history for the last 15 years. See, the feds will let you go. Probably on ankle monitor, he probably can't walk past the mailbox. Yup. Damn, I hate that for them folk. We live and we learn, man. Some learn faster than others. Some learn the hard way. And some don't learn at all. And that's the hard reality when it comes to life. You gotta wanna learn though. I wanna learn. I'm seeking knowledge. I'm seeking wisdom and understanding. I don't want no smoke, but I ain't ducking none. That's my issue. Cause I won't turn down no smoke. And I go overboard when I feel disrespected because I'm so humble. I'm so kind. I'm so cool and laid back. So when I feel disrespected, I go overboard. I do the most. I say the most. I go far. Because I'm Mr. Nice Guy. I'm smiling. Hey, bro, let me get some. Here you go, bro. I am fucked up on some. Hey, let me keep that. I'm that nigga. So when you disrespect me, I got to take it to the farthest extent. Far as it can go. I'm gonna call you all type of bitches and hoes. And suckers. Dick in the booties. All type of shit on GTA. And I hope you try to hit me in my mouth. I hope you try to hit me in my mouth. I'm saying everything I'm saying for you to hit me. I hope you try to hit me. I hope you get mad. I had a nigga tell me one day, you gonna make me mad.
This, and I respect this, man. I respect this. Make sure that you guys get the likes up. If you're really rocking with the content and you ain't a hater and you're not a hate watcher, bless that like button for sure. Now, shout out to bro right here. He says this. Leaf Speak said, can you explain how snitching protects the business when the business is built on not snitching? The business will take a hit, sir. That's not even a smart business decision. Well, let me say this. Let me say this to you. And I respect what you I respect your thoughts, man. But check game, though. Yes, Gucci Mane brand was built on not snitching. That is a fact. So this is what a lot of squares don't understand. Me, I'm thinking right in the middle. It can go either way, but I'm going to say this. Gucci Mane brand was built on not snitching. Now, some people must say, yeah, man, but at some point you got to elevate past the streets. I get that. Trust and believe, I understand that. But when your brand and business is built on no snitching, and then you get put in a situation to where you do testify, that could turn as your reputation, that could turn as your brand. Maybe it's Gucci, maybe let's look at it like this. Maybe Gucci Mane got to the point to where he don't care about the street stuff no more. Yes, he did come up off of the streets. Yes, he became Gucci Mane based on how the streets perceived him. That's a fact. His brand was built on no snitching. Anybody that's being honest would say, yep, that's a fact, 100%. But when you elevate to a certain level in the game and you're a multi-millionaire, you might be past that. You're like, yeah, I did that in the past, but I'm a multi-millionaire businessman now. I don't operate from street codes no more. I don't live my life like that. Yes, that's where I started. But when you think about where I'm at right now, I can't live by those rules no more. Some people gonna say guap is fake. We ain't rocking with them no more. The streets want nothing they don't want nothing to do with guap no more. Guap went against the street code. You're gonna have a lot of people that's gonna say that. On the other hand, people gonna say, yeah, Gucci Man should snitch. He shouldn't let POOH SHIESTY rob him and just get away with it. You're damn right Gucci should testify. He a businessman. He ain't a street cat no more. So it goes both ways. A lot of people say he should tell and testify. Some people say he should keep it real to the streets. But at the end of the day, it is still Gucci Man's decision. Will Gucci stay loyal to the streets, or will Gucci say, nah, man, I'm loyal to my family and my money? Now, Gucci is in a rock and a hard. Gucci is in between a rock and a mother effing hard place.
I said, what I got to do to make you mad? I want to make him mad. He's ruled by emotion. He's an emotional man. Yeah, in real life.
Let's hear what Charleston White had to say about this, man. I was finessed 2 times. Let's see what old Mr. Charlie got to say. Let's hear what old Mr. Charlie got to say about this. Oh, Mr. Charlie.
Say, tell the baby he wouldn't have done them thing. I'm finna go viral with your kids.
Hold on, not. Hold on, no.
Yeah, I think I got me a rapper, y'all. I think I got me a rapper. I'm finna trick off the streets. Now, the baby, you want us to think you would have done something to paint a picture for your kids. Fuck your kids, fuck your girls. Now let me send you.
Not looking too good for the baby. He done made it to Charleston White's rapper list. Now Charleston White said he gonna do whatever it takes.
Hold on, this ain't the one. Let's see what Mr. Charlie got to say about this, man.
When the goalpost for all, but after today, from what the feds released, they give daddy a bond, $250,000 bond, strict home conditions. The judge still went through with me indictment paper with the charges, cause they gonna try to get him on relevant conduct. But they ain't gonna be able to get him. That boy went and got one of the baddest.
We got Charleston White reacting to the feds saying that they have little evidence on POOH SHIESTY and Big 30. Hit that like button. Let's see what Charleston White got to say.
And shout out to Stingy K, man. Shout out to Stingy K, man, for the reaction. For sure.
I know I ain't just see that no on the street preaching. Man, man, what's wrong with you? Man, the Lord ain't called him to do that. And when the Lord I wonder what Gucci thinking about today. I wonder what Gucci thinking. Cause you know right now he can't get paid. He can't get paid for them streams. POOH SHIESTY getting. Cause they made him say they forced him to release, so he got to go back. Now I wonder what everybody thinking right now. Listen, POOH SHIESTY mug shot. Let me know he with the shit. That's the new John Gotti. John Gotti walked it all the way to the death. The rest of these want to say, let me out the car. Let me out the car. See, the rest of you niggas is trade. Rest of you is trade on boys in the hood. Nigga, y'all done got out the car. Y'all ain't no more dope boys talking that Jeep. Boo. You a trade. You done got out the car. POOH SHIESTY still in the car, nigga. That's one thing I like. See, even God respect like POOH SHIESTY. I remember when I was a little bitty boy, and they used to talk to God, talk, and say, God don't like lukewarm. God wants you hot or cold. He don't want you in the middle. I would say he spit you out. He spit you out. That's what it say. So God ain't spit POOH SHIESTY out. And who do God take special care of? Fools, babies, and elders. Y'all seem like y'all got some sense now. Now y'all don't want to be fooled. That's why I play the fool, nigga. God take good care of me playing the fool. And he gonna take good care of POOH SHIESTY. Guess what the feds came out and say? I ain't never heard the feds come out and say, hey y'all. I ain't never heard them say this. In all my years of being a lawman, I ain't never heard us come out and say, not the feds, no way. I ain't never heard us come out and say, hey y'all, we ain't got no hard evidence on the boy. The only reason we got the boy because he on probation, on the federal probation, and he been thumbing his nose at us. Thumbing it, Other than that, we ain't got no evidence on the boy. Don't y'all know if goddamn Lintrail, boy, what's that baby beat this? If that baby beat this, him and 30 come out. And 30 about to lose some weight. Cause he look like he went in there hungry. 30 look like he was hungry. 30 look like he 30 look like a fat hungry man. Say, have I missed dinner yet? Can I get a sandwich? You know, they'll get a boy a sandwich if you're hungry. Hope he'll talk and say something. But yeah, now, I got my money on SHIESTY. I'm putting my money on SHIESTY. He go back in like 6'9", 90 days, and he back out hollering second day out on the Fed. I'm betting on SHIESTY. Now on the back end, I'm betting Gucci win with the, you know, cause he ain't gonna be able to keep him on the contract no more. Yeah, come on over with me, Gucci. There's no way Gucci can recoup from this. Matter of fact, it's a whole bunch of seats over here for you used to be. The has-been, y'all can hang y'all jersey up. Like Rollo. Rollo a has-been. He can go in the Hall of Fame. Used to be something, but you got a scarlet and mark on your name. I'm gonna usher you to your seat. Come on. Come on. I ain't gonna hold your hand, but I'm gonna usher you to your seat, Gucci. I looked at the DOJ report. Gucci cooperated. They don't got his name in there. They almost got him in there like a confidential informant. Normally they have a CI, but they got Gucci in there as RD. So we ain't calling him Gucci no more. That's RD, y'all. We ain't calling the boy Gucci no more. Boy, that's RD. RD done went in there and told them, boy. RD told them people the clothing that Lintrail was wearing, Junior was wearing, that Junior boy was wearing. Lintrail did that.
So they saying he already told. Gucci already gave a statement. Now, to put the nail in the coffin, they're going to ask Gucci to testify. Will Gucci testify? Will Gucci bring forth evidence? Will Gucci protect his money, business, and assets? Will Gucci protect his investments? Or will Gucci say, no, I'm going to keep it real to the streets. I ain't saying nothing. Well, if Gucci already gave a statement, then does it really matter at this point? You might as well go full throttle if you already gave a statement. Go to court and say, POOH SHIESTY robbed me and forced me to sign the contract. I got to protect my business, my assets, my investments, my money. I got a family to think about. The hell with that street code. Maybe that's what Gucci is thinking.
Yeah, that's what he told me. He described that Lintrail was wearing, Junior was wearing, that Junior boy was wearing. Lintrail did that. Yeah, that's what he told me. He described Lintrail. RD is a rock. No. And boy, listen. Listen to me. RD wrong, y'all. RD was supposed to keep in the streets according to Lil Baby. When Lil Baby and Thug them caught Offset outside of Magic City and made the boy strip, he put it in the song. Yeah. Turn that boy into a male stripper. He was talking about Offset. Kids here keep it in the street. So they go keep it in the street. They kept it so street. Big POOH SHIESTY went to Office Max. Like, listen, they kept it so, listen, POOH SHIESTY them so goddamn street. The contract, when they put the gun in the Gucci head and made Gucci sign the contract, that contract comes from Office Max. No, man, they made RD sign an office max contract. But Big Shiesty shit, you know, it's like getting a fake check stub when you going to go get an apartment. Say, can you call and print me up a fake check stub? They done went to office max and print up the contract and made the boy sign, or made RD sign the contract from the office max. That's how the feds got the footage. Say this, man, them feds so bad. They'll catch you walking out the door and rewind the tape.
Listen, man, when you say they don't have it, man, they got enough evidence. Gucci gave a statement already. The white boys that was with Gucci gave statements. You got an ex-police officer. He gonna tell everything. The police officers, they're not gonna live by no street code. Shit, Gucci don't even want to live by them street codes. You think them white boys gonna say, nah, man, we ain't gonna snitch. We gonna keep it real. Man, please. They telling everything. POOH SHIESTY is going to jail regardless, even if Gucci doesn't say anything. The only reason that Gucci is going to get on the stand is to protect his money. To say, well, that's the only reason I signed this contract. He don't want to listen, Gucci don't want to see POOH SHIESTY walk away. Hold on, homeboy, I made you a multi-millionaire. I made you a celebrity, and you going to sit up there and rob me? Hell yeah, Gucci want revenge. You're damn right Gucci gonna tell everything he know. Gucci don't want to live by the street code no more.
And rewind the tape and have you stopping everywhere. Just rewind and shit. Say, but listen, all I'm saying is, man, RD, y'all moving the goalpost for RD. But after today, from what the feds release, they get daddy a bond, $250,000 bond. Strict home conditions. The judge still went through with the indictment paper with the charges because they try to get him on relevant conduct. But they ain't gonna be able to get him. That boy went and got one of the baddest white boy Jew lawyers in Dallas, Texas. You think Brian Steele something? Brian Steele beat a bunch of black folk. That's easy for a white boy to do with a white woman judge who he had already gave some money to on a campaign thing. So it's easy to come in here and beat these. And they ain't got their shit together because they wasn't working in conjunction with the police department. So it's easy for the white boy with a few niggas on the team, some jurors, to beat them. Okay? This federal northern district down here in Texas with Judge McBride and all the different kind of, no, they got judges down here in their 80s. Say, in their 80s, still sentencing from the 50s. No, this gonna be a different ball game. But then here's on the flip side.
All right, y'all gotta understand this. When Gucci Man laid that dude down, Gucci Man was 26. Now Gucci is 46. You're talking about something that happened in 2005 and 2006 when Gucci caught that murder charge. That was 20 years ago. There's a big difference between being 26 versus 46. Gucci now is 46, a multi-millionaire. His mind is on business. Business is way more important. So yeah, Gucci Man did lay somebody down in the past when he was 26. Once you become 46, your priorities are different. You in a whole nother tax bracket. You're not thinking the same. Your lifestyle is not the same, which means you're going to make your decision making is going to be different at 46 compared to 26. Yes, Guwap did live by the street code in the past. Yes, Guwap did lay somebody down for running up on him back in 2006. This is 2026. A man who's 46 and a multimillionaire, a businessman.
It's a good old boy system down here in Texas. It's a good old boy system down here in Texas. Now, the feds don't want no money. They want your ass or some information. 3 of them ain't gonna have no lawyer. They gonna get them a little lawyer, but them go, yeah. Back to what I was saying. That lawyer better than Johnny Cochran, and he white. Why you say that, huh? He ain't never lost. Brian still got a few. This man he's never lost an appeal.
Now, let me say this before Charleston White get into that. Now let me say this to you. I'm gonna sit up there and say this. Check this out. If Gucci Man does testify, do you think that would ruin the street credibility? Will the streets turn on Gucci if he testifies in court? Or will the people say, nah, that's Big Goo while we still rocking with him? Give me your thoughts in the comments.
Why you say that, huh? He ain't never lost. Brian still got a few. This man he's never lost an appeal, and he never lost to say he bad. He bad. I don't think I want this group locked up. Now, Unc gotta change your heart for this. I don't want him in Big 30 locked up. These some of the bravest young. I think this is damn me Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale all over again. I think these two look like Tookie Williams and Raymond Washington when they started them West Side Crips. These look, they done took down RD. And you know how hard it was? And then the feds came out and said, hey, Lintrell and 30s didn't have no guns. 30 ain't touched no guns. So I think the most they gonna get 30 on is some probation violation. Be gone maybe a year or so. I'm betting on 30. Gucci Mane, I think Atlanta go down there, y'all. Atlanta had their time to shine. Atlanta should have kept it player. They went gangster gay. Oh, they've been downhill ever since. Ever since Atlanta started putting tight britches on and tattoos on the front of their thighs and things like little baby them and wearing them crop top shirts. And ever since the jeans got tight, Atlanta been going downhill rapidly. Not bullshit. Rollo tried to save them with the Muslim look, with the Taliban, with the Pakistan look. Rollo tried to save them. They were coming back. They were getting back Rollo. Then here come little baby and Thug, push Rollo and them out the way and put back on them miniskirts. And boy, it seemed like it's been a curse on Atlanta. Until y'all come out your miniskirts, Atlanta, won't nothing good come to you. That's what Celie told Mr. And Mr. Life been f***ed up ever since. say.
I mean, y'all still. I still want y'all to give me y'all thoughts. Will the street still rock with Gucci if he testifies, or do you say, nah? If Guwap get on the stand, it's over. He lose all of his fans. He lose all of his supporters if he testifies. Some people say, man, snitching don't matter no more. Nah, snitching don't even matter no more. I want to see what y'all think about it. You know, because I'm not mad at Guwap. If Guwap testifies and say POOH SHIESTY robbed me and forced me to sign it, I'm not mad at Guwap. I really don't care. I'm a grown ass man in my 40s. Myself, I'm Hades baby. We've done that. We lived that. At this point, we want to be successful. We want to get money. We want to feed our family. So whatever decision Guwap makes, I'm rocking with him regardless because I ain't got a dog in the fight. I want to know how y'all think about this. Will the street still rock with Guwap if he testifies? Or do you say, nah, if Guwap does testify, the street's going to turn on him. He going to lose all of his fans.
So listen, God damn it. Boy, listen. POOH SHIESTY now have solidified itself as the Tupac of this generation. That go be a cult leader. He gonna be bigger than T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, Benny Hinn. So yeah, he gonna be big in the. What's that other name who everybody used to? The white boy. The Fur used to do all the tours and things. I think of it. He dead now. I can't think of his name. Yeah. But that boy gonna be something. He done took down Gucci right before our eyes. And then the feds come back on the spin roll and say, hey, y'all, we really ain't got nothing on the boys. What? Oh, I'm rooting for the underdog. I normally be saying lock their ass up. But give him a second chance, FBI. Spank him on their little old wrist, hit him on his, but don't put him in the guillotine, please. Boy, don't he ain't no better. Them folks from Memphis fucked up. I'm not there. Boy, daddy went with him. So yeah. If anything, get daddy. Yeah, get his ass. He had no business leading the charge or none of that. Nah, I'm just playing. Don't get daddy. This just was a basic misunderstanding. If I had to say anything, it's just a basic misunderstanding.
Somebody in the comments said the streets made Gucci. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel like the streets made Gucci and the streets is the only reason that Gucci became successful. So what he's saying is Gucci can't snitch because Gucci got rich off of living the street code, the don't snitch code. That's the rules that Gucci played by. That's how he got fame and notoriety, by living by the don't snitch code. So he can't then turn around and snitch once he gets rich. He can't then turn around and snitch once he get rich because his whole image was built on the what? The don't snitch code. Keep it in the streets.
Misunderstanding. Yeah. And this is great for American society. These gangster rap time is over with. It's over with. Pooh Shiesty gonna be the long lost gangster, and he going back to jail after this too. I'm saying he ain't gonna get his ass. He ain't had no getting leading the charge or none of that. Nah, I'm just playing. Don't get that either. This just was a basic misunderstanding. If I had to say anything, it's just a basic misunderstanding. Yeah. And this is great for American society. These gangster rap time is over with. It's over with. Pooh Shiesty gonna be the long lost gangster, and he going back to jail after this too. I'm saying he ain't gonna stay out. He going back to jail after this too. This shit, boys on the ride of gangsterism, and we ain't seen nothing like this since Pablo Escobar.
So, man, y'all heard it right here, man. Charleston White said he got to change of heart. Pooh Shiesty is special YN. He said ain't nobody like him. Boost, nobody. Y'all get in the comment section, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know y'all thoughts and opinions on this, man.
What you think about Pooh and Gucci? I'm finna do my own interview.
Let's see what Lil Boosie got to say about this now. People saying, nah, the streets is what made Gucci, man. His whole brand was built off of not snitching, so you can't turn around and get rich and then snitch. A lot of people are looking at it like that. Then you got other people that are looking at it like Gucci is rich. He got to do what's best for him. He ain't got to live by the street code no more. He's rich now. Nah, man.
My first interview since October about everything that done happened since October. I'm finna interview myself. It's gonna be $5.99. I'll tell you how I feel about it then.
Man, this shit can't be real with this.
Got insurance on that.
Man, is this shit real? Hey, this shit real with Gucci. Ain't no way this shit, you know, the internet be lying. You believe that all night? I said, you believe all this real? Like, this shit might be real, boy. Man, this shit might be real. I'm finna see. The internet gonna tell you this shit real. The internet finna tell you this shit real.
Play the game with him every day. He ain't been on that hoe 2 days.
He ain't been on the game, man.
He play that hoe every day.
No.
But yeah, you got to look at that too. If Gucci crashes out, the streets ain't gonna protect him. The streets ain't gonna really do nothing for him. But then you can say, well, the streets made Gucci. Goo-wop wouldn't be Goo-wop if it wasn't for the streets. So he's in a rock and a hard place. Does Gucci Mane keep it real with the streets? Since he built his whole brand and reputation off of the don't snitch code, keep it gangster, keep it to the streets. That's what Gucci built his brand off of. So you cannot then turn around and snitch once you get rich. You cannot use being rich as an excuse to snitch when your whole brand was built off of no snitching, right? Or you might say, nah, once you elevate to a certain status, you elevate to a higher tax bracket, you can't live by those street rules, them street rules no more. It all depends on how you look at it. I got people that are saying this. There's people who are saying that. Who's right and who's wrong? Gucci built his whole brand off of no snitching. You cannot then turn around and get rich and all of a sudden say it's cool to snitch. Especially when you build your whole brand off of no snitching. Hey, man, it is what it is.
God. God, it's real, man. Folks say it's real. Man, it's real.
Yeah, it's difficult for a rich man to do prison time because you live in a lifestyle of luxury. You don't want to go to no jail cell and eat bologna sandwiches when you having sex with the beautifulest women, living in the best neighborhoods, driving the best cars, living a lifestyle of luxury, just to all turn around and go to the penitentiary. No, man. It's very hard for a rich man to do prison time. I promise you.
Ooh, that walk went out like that.
Hey, man, shout out to Big E. Hey, Big E, I've been saying the same thing. Gucci Man is in between a rock and a hard place. Because his whole brand was built off of the street code, no snitching. His whole brand was built off of that. But now he has so much to lose. If he crashes out, he throws everything away. So Gucci's in between a rock and a hard place. If he does snitch, he might lose all street credibility and his fans might not rock with him no more. So it's like, what is it? The man is in between a rock and a damn hard place. I'm going to just say that.
I'm an off-duty officer. And I'm a retired police.
Man, what the f***? Man. Them boys tripping about that. They had to be tripping about trying to get that chain back.
All I'm saying is this. When you build your brand off of no snitching, and then you get rich and turn around and then snitch, yeah, your fans gonna feel a certain way about that. Regardless of how you feel about it as an individual, I'm talking about Gucci Mane's fans and how they're gonna feel about it. They're gonna feel like he betrayed the streets. Even though snitching might be the best thing for Gucci Mane in his career, his business and his family, that snitching might be the best thing, or it could be the wrong thing. It just depends on how you look at this. Some people say, man, you're damn right, Gucci should tell. Gucci is 46. He's a businessman. He ain't got to live by them street rules no more. Then people going to say, nah, his whole brand was built off of no snitching, so he can't turn around and snitch because now he is rich. At the end of the day, Gucci Mane has a decision to make. Will he choose the streets, or would he say, I'm a businessman, I'm a multimillionaire, and I got a family? The hell with the street code. Which way would he go? Will Gucci go this way, or will Gucci go that way?
Boy, that real disrespect right now. I can't lie.
When I did my video with Gucci Mane, I went to Atlanta, and I met Gucci Mane for the first time, and we did our song, we did the video. He had one nigga with him. It was a security guard, big tall bald head. He was a supporter. So when he met me, he embraced me like he supported me. He was like, hey, bro, like me, my son, my nephew, like we embrace your music, whatever. I work for Gucci full time. And he was like, but anytime I ain't working, I provide you my services because I'm an off-duty officer. And I'm a retired police officer. That's what he said. I'm a retired police officer. With that being said, Gucci been having the same security guard for a while. So if I don't know what the f going on, but if a move got put on WAP or however it went, I don't think it's WAP the one that's talking. I don't think it's WAP the one that's pressing the issue. But the security guard, the one that's their retired police officer, you can't tell him what to do with his life. You got some who still live by the street code. I respect it. I don't respect who get in the streets, do shit, and then tell to get out of it. I don't respect it. No. I feel like if you did that shit, and then for real, it really be a bigger picture. It really be a bigger picture. It be money. Shiesty up. Shiesty just came home. Shine took off. I'm talking about, y'all probably up a dub. He probably up a 15 clip, like 15, you know, he probably up some big shit. Like, I get it, up some big shit, like, on no hating shit. Like,
I'm being real with you. You right about that, Biggie. The streets don't love nobody. And Gucci Man is old enough to understand that. So at the end of the day, Gucci needs to do what's best for Gucci. Even if he got to testify to protect his business, to protect his assets, Gucci has to do what's best for him. The hell with the streets. Because to be real with you, Gucci Mane don't need the streets to make money no more. He's a businessman. But at the same time, Gucci still wants to uphold his reputation. Gucci doesn't want to tarnish his reputation, the things that he worked so hard to build. But at the same time, Gucci Mane wants to protect his assets and money. POOH Shiesty pulled out a gun and forced him to sign a contract. Gucci Mane don't want to let that go. So if Gucci doesn't testify in court, POOH Shiesty walks out of that contract and Gucci then loses millions of dollars. If he doesn't testify and say that this man held me at gunpoint and made me sign this contract. So that's the risk. That's what it is right there. Regardless if Gucci Man testifies, POOH Shiesty and his crew, they going to jail. They got enough evidence to charge them for robbery just based on all this technology. You robbed these people for the jury. You took pictures on the internet and showed everybody. And the whole time the jury had a damn tracking device in it. When they robbed Gucci Man's crew for that jury, everywhere they went, there was a tracking device on them. They seen y'all when you went back to Memphis. They seen where you went to after you left the studio. The jury had a damn tracking device in it. So they know. They got phone towers. If you're going to commit a robbery, you need to pull up in a 1986 Cutlass, a 1986 Buick Regal, a 1987 Monte Carlo, a 1987 Chevy Caprice. You ain't got no damn business committing. You ain't got no damn business committing crimes with cars that got technology, cars with navigation. That ain't nothing but a damn tracking device. Listen, if I was going to rob somebody or commit a crime, I'm going to get a 1986 Buick Regal with no damn GPS, with no damn technology in it, damn it. You can't commit no crime with these new cars with all that technology in it, fool. That is a whole tracking device. You got a car with a damn computer in it, on top of your damn cell phone being a tracking device, fool.
Came home, took care of business, whatever his contract was, like, it was what it was, but the way he came home, the way he came out, like, he up some big shit, and he was on his way, and can still be on his way. But if that security guard, boy, press the issue, dog, that shit gonna get ugly, dog.
I'm on that Euro tour, like I said. I'm in Prague, going back to Paris tonight. But for everybody in my DM, Rose, what you think or how you feel about the Guwap POOH Shiesty situation? I don't like it for either side. You know what I'm talking about? Guwap most definitely didn't deserve that, and I don't want to see this for the little homie POOH Shiesty, but this one got to be educated and understand business. You got to negotiate. You got to negotiate. If you were signed for $100K and now you got 10 M's on the table, it's time to negotiate. This how we do this. Boom, 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 boom. Everybody win. Let's go. That's how I got to go. You can't muscle your way out of no shit and no business. It don't go that way. And I ain't just talking about on the people's side, but on the other side, the blitz gonna come. You can't run from it, homie. That's the way it goes. Negotiate. It's time to educate.
I want to see young hustlers from the South win. I want to see it. That was the time I got Gotti and Guwap on the phone together. Us three on the phone. And it ain't nothing to discuss. It was no disrespect. It was no raised voices. Rose just wanted to plant that seed. And I understand one phone call may not fix all the situations, but you want to plant that seed where they may be able to move forward one day, get some paper one day. The CMG 1017 tour one day, that was Rose mindset. And I wish nothing but my homies the best. When it come to business, let's negotiate. Can't take the streets to the do. Gonna get a life sentence with that shit, bullshit. Let's get to the B's. And that's the space we in this world we living in, where living by their own codes, breaking a lot of rules. And my I don't be knowing if realize the punishment that come with that. Where I'm from, it wouldn't have even been my request. But just know, you gotta feel it. You gotta feel me. It's FaceTiming me now. Hey, boy. Hey, y'all stay focused. Y'all stay focused.
Hey, Rick Ross dropped some real game, man. You can't muscle your way out of no contract. You're gonna get life in prison for that. You pull up to the studio with guns. Let me tell you something. Do you guys remember? Some of you guys might be too young to remember this, right? You might be too young to remember this, but when Ice Cube was in his contract with NWA and Jerry Heller, Ice Cube went up to Jerry Heller's office with his goons and they had baseball bats. And they was like, get me out of this contract. We don't want nothing to do with NWA or Jerry Heller no more. They went up there with baseball bats, but you got to think about this. This was the 1990s, the early 1990s. Times were different. You pull up to a studio with guns and goons, forcing somebody to sign a contract, you going to prison. There's no way POOH SHIESTY is getting out of this. There's no way. You got cameras, you got eyewitnesses. You're going to get the business. And I ain't talking about money.
This shit bigger than ever.
I'm going to speak on this situation because I want to and I can, right? You know, shout out to POOH SHIESTY and Gucci, man, and their whole situation and shit like that, right? But as black men, we have to have better communication, man. Because this shit is designed for us to lose anyway. Now look at this shit. POOH SHIESTY wanted to get out the contract with Gucci. I get that. That's business. Let's start handling business, bro. Instead of putting our emotions and our feelings into business, bro. But I get it though. I don't know what perspired between them two. I can't speak on that. All I'ma speak on as black men, we have to have better communication, bro. Now look, POOH SHIESTY is back, landed himself right back in the hole he got out of. And he still signed to Gucci. So it didn't work. Nothing happened. Nothing good came out that shit. Now what if sat down like men at a round table with some bread, some wine and shit like that, and just talked it out like real men and real bosses. And real, like saying they not real men or real bosses, but like noble shit, like noble, honorable shit. Now look at this shit. Everybody is f***ed up all over again. Behind what? Want to be gangster and shit. It's cool to be gangster, but what type of gangster do you want to be? You want to be the one that be in jail for the rest of your life? Or you want to be the gangster that take care of your family, man? Forever.
The rules of the streets is if you cooperate with law enforcement and give them any information on any name other than yours, then yes, you are a rat. These are the rules of the streets. For the last 5-10 years, everywhere I seen Gucci wasn't the streets. A yacht, an exclusive birthday party, a weekend trip to Vegas where he's locked down in his suite, enjoying his friends.
to his label. I haven't seen Gucci rolling a blunt, personally. So is Gucci still upheld to the rules of the streets? Is he a Crip? Is he a Blood? Is he a GD, a BD, a Vice Lord? Who does he hang with? I don't believe he hangs with anybody but his wife and his family. I believe he socializes and associates with his business partners and who he deems to be his friends. Listen.
Shout out to Darlene for the cash app. I want to say shout out to the contributors. And they've been all women, man. Where the brothers at, man? Y'all don't love the content? Shout out to the brothers. Shout out to Charlene for the cash app. We got Darlene and Charlene. Octavia blessed us with a cash app. Shout out to my man Travis for the cash app. Let's get some more people to support this show. Let's get some more people to what? To subscribe to the damn channel. The truth is way more than you can handle. The majority of you.
Who does he hang with? I don't believe he hangs with anybody but his wife and his family. I believe he socializes and associates with his business partners and who he deems to be his friends. Listen, everybody better open their eyes up. Just because you playing the game your way, don't be the next man is not gonna play the game they way. So when we look down this check,
I got to be one of the smartest in hip hop history. Yeah. I got to be. I'm Yeah. Not the boy predict everything by. I predicted to fall the YSL. Yeah. I just know how to analyze, assess, and make observations, quick observations. If all the police, I pull their ass over. Yeah, all the in there sweating with the windows down. Yeah, you can't tell if them are African. Yeah, I pull their ass over the chick. And it sound like Gucci cooperated. It sound like the victim. Gucci was a victim and gave his testimony. Come on over here with me, Gucci. It's all right. It's all right to go and be civilian. Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on over here with me, Gucci. Press charges on their ass to the full extent of the law. That's how you get to. Now, I don't hear nobody telling Gucci not to press charges like they tell him, trying to convince me not to press charges on Thug. I don't hear nobody howling Gucci a whole ass for pressing charges. They done put somebody down there in the coma, holding like Suge Knight holding that boy upside down over the balcony, that Vanilla Ice boy. I signed the contract. I look there, man, that's like, yeah. POOH Shiesty done come out here acting like Red on 5 heartbeats. Yeah, say, you know what that is? Say the boy done come out here acting like Red off the 5 heartbeats, man. Yeah. I knew once he done shaved that goddamn Taliban bird off. Y'all done with them birds recidivate. Yeah. Y'all done with them fluffy birds recidivate when they get out of prison. Yeah, you gotta go back to your goatee. Yeah, boy should have went back to his goatee. God damn it, Shiesty. Boy, I was sure looking forward to you coming to concert and watching young go to jail for the summer. I just knew, man, what a damn Shiesty. I was looking forward to a Shiesty tour. I'm not bullshitting. Damn, Shiesty. They get your whole man too. What them feds mean. Take it to daddy too. God damn. Shit. And any other time, boy, if it's any other time to think about telling, this is it right here. You talking about the kind of federal charges for federal kidnapping? Oh my goodness, up to a life sentence. Oh man, whoever these FBI agents is here, they finna get a promotion. They fucking around being in line up to be the FBI director one day for bringing down Shiesty. I'm not bullshitting. Oh my goodness.
Shiesty did all that time in jail, in the feds. He around people that have unbelievable cases where it show how far the feds willing to go. POOH Shiesty came home, y'all, and made the first day out, they sent him right back to jail. Pride and ego is our main enemy. That's why I call myself Wooded versus Wooded. I have to fight myself every day to not let these suckers trick me back in jail. To not let these suckers trick me away from my kids and take my life. That young nigga came home, bro, and did NBA Youngboy numbers. First song he put out, they said he was gonna flop. That young nigga went to the top. He had all the cars, the lifestyle, everything he dreamed of having. But he didn't change his mindset. Look what the boy did. The boy went and did some stupid shit. Caused him to go back to jail. Listen, young man, we our own enemy. The shit stopped when we change our mindset. Man, we ain't gotta fake an image no more. We did what these wish they can do. We ain't gotta keep doing it. That's why I say these play the game till they lose. You gotta know when to get out of it, bro. You gotta know when to say, okay, this is it. Because they all love you, they gas you on. And when they're putting handcuffs on you, and you come to the realization that this shit is real, now y'all wonder why Woody walk the way he walk and talk the way he talk. The feds are real. That cemetery with all them bodies in there is real. This ain't Grand Theft Auto. This ain't no TV show. This our real lives. And y'all wonder why these white people don't want to see us with no money. Because we do stupid shit with it. You had no business doing that. You folks came out here and led by example. God bless the rest of y'all.
You know what's going on with me? Yeah, I ain't gonna tell nobody, not even the police. I don't believe in none of that shit.
We do stupid.
Now, I want y'all to hear Guwap, man. Listen, man, this is Guwap. This is Gucci Mane talking about no snitching. You don't snitch. Words of Gucci Mane, not mine. Bless the like button. You already know it. It ain't nothing. Check game, people. This Guwap, big Guwap.
Shit with it. You had no business doing that. You folks came out here and led by example. God bless the rest of y'all.
You know what's going on with me? Yeah, I ain't gonna tell nobody, not even the police. I don't believe in none of that shit. Only thing I believe in is don't tell the police. Soft ass nigga. It's the only thing I believe in. Don't tell the police.
God bless the rest of y'all.
So this right here was Gucci Mane saying don't snitch, live by the code, don't talk to the police. Now let's see if Gucci lives by his own rules. Let's see if Gucci's gonna live by his own codes.
You know what's going on with me? Yeah, I ain't gonna tell nobody, not even the police. I don't believe in none of that shit. Only thing I believe in is don't tell the police. Soft ass nigga.
Oh man. Hold on. We're gonna get that right. Set the record straight with this. Set the record straight with this. Anybody want to pull up? I'm gonna drop the link for some of you guys. We still need some more contributors and some more supporters, no doubt. But I'm gonna drop the link and see if you guys got something to say. And I want you to speak from your perspective, right? Hit the like button, man. If you want to add to the conversation, the time is now. Guwap said, don't snitch, don't talk to the police. I'm going to play it again.
God bless the rest of y'all.
You know what's going on with me? Yeah, I ain't nobody, not even the police.
God bless the rest of y'all.
You know what's going on with me? Yeah, I ain't gonna tell nobody, not even the police. I don't believe in none of that shit.
I don't believe in none of that.
Only thing I believe in is don't tell the police. Soft ass.
Oh man. Roderick Davis is no longer Gucci Mane, huh? I seen that in the chat as well, man. Salute to the real. The truth is a bitter pill, and most people don't want to swallow. Biggie, what's good, bro?
Hey, what did you do, Rick? What did you do, chat? Trying to figure everybody. I said loose brick, baby. Okay, they sitting up in jail right now. Is the streets finna give them any money?
Nothing.
What about their wives? What about their kids? What about the money left on the table? Because look at where they at. You get what I'm saying? Point, you start making decisions. You know, when you get go out there, you got other that's investing big money in you. You got to be able to make decisions to protect their investments. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's just the business world, man. Once you get up in that world, the streets, I mean, look at what happened. Look at what the streets done did. Look at what happened 6ix9ine. He street route. Look at what happened. The majority of them dudes is in jail. And you know what I'm saying? It don't work. Look what the streets did to Butte. He looking at 600 a year. Streets paying him team up. They doing nothing. Like, they tell you to be loyal to the streets, but the streets throw you away. Them dudes don't send you no money. Them dudes don't even write you a 10-word letter. Going to see you is out the question. You know what I'm saying? So, and especially once you get to a certain age and you done amass the amount of wealth that Guwap did, man, it's like, bro, come on. Like I question the other day, at what tax bracket do the streets not apply? You know what I'm saying? Big U lost the son to the streets. You get what I'm saying? Like, dude, the streets ain't loyal to nobody. So at what point do you, okay, I asked this to the chat the other day. If y'all got a business, right? You got a business. And, you know, your homies, you know, somebody come along and rob your business and you know who did it. What are y'all going to do? Because if you go try to crash out on that guy, now you done threw away everything. Or are you going to just take the L? Which one is it? You got to make a choice. You know what I'm saying? You can't do both. So at what point do you do what's best for you and your family? The streets ain't finna look out for your family. You get what I'm saying? This ain't none of that. You know what I mean? You put in work and you stuck in jail. Matter of fact, the streets is gonna get at your woman. The streets is gonna try to slide up under your woman next to your kids and take your place. The streets ain't gonna do nothing for you. Y'all know this already. So what are we even talking about here once you get to a certain age? Y'all still think Guwap is a thug? You know what I'm saying? Guwap is no longer a thug. He not supposed to be making thug decisions no more. Thug decisions is look at the dudes that's out here crashing out. They are not on Guwap's level financially. They don't have nothing to lose. And for everybody that's talking that crap about Guwap, if he do crash out and throw away everything he built up, y'all same cats is gonna be sitting up talking about how stupid he was for throwing all that away. So again, Red, he damned if he do, he damned if he don't. Understand why people think that Okay, let me ask y'all like this. If somebody pulls a jammy out on y'all, in which we seen the video, so I'm not making this up. According to the streets, is he supposed to get away with that? I mean, come on, bro. Like, what? This man got a family. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, this man is damn near 50 years old. At what point? At what point do you hide? You don't see Guwap in nobody's hood. He rubbing elbows with millionaires. When you
Right.
rubbing
But let me ask you
elbows
this,
with,
Biggie. Let me ask you this. Do you think if Guwap testified that his fan base would turn on him?
well, I'm gonna say maybe a little bit because what's already out there to let T.I. supposedly has some things to say. He still got his fan base. It's all kind of allegations out there amongst people. If you like their music, you still gonna rock with them. Like the people that love him are still gonna love him regardless. The people that hate him is
Yeah.
still gonna hate him regardless. You
I
know what
agree
I'm
with you.
saying?
I agree with
So,
you, bro. Yeah. Yeah.
but I'm saying, like again, at what point do cats grow up? You get what I'm saying? Like earlier, I said, Young Jay, he said that Aiden Ross wasn't in the street. But let's say if Blueface would have tried to go gangster and do some street to get his money, because according to what's on the internet, he didn't get his money. Aiden Ross is going to call the police. He's not going to waste no time with it. Adam even
Right.
said, if you come up here with that BS, I'm calling the police. And it don't be nothing but alleged gang members going up there. So they telling you ahead of time, they telling.
Yeah, for
You get what
sure.
I'm saying? And because they're protecting their money, they're protecting their investments. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making, hey, FBA, I ain't making no excuses for nobody, bro. I'm just saying once you get into a certain tax bracket, it's a different ball game because ain't Nash Street nigga gonna take care of nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like we just sitting back being entertained. You know what I'm saying? But every man gotta make whatever decision for themselves, bruh. Come on, FBA. If somebody, according to the video, alleged, got a pistol up at your chest, your neck, bruh, you might not take that laying down.
Because
You
see,
know
this
what
is
I'm
the thing,
saying? But
and this is the thing, Biggie. The point I was trying to make, and I'm gonna let you land after I say this, and I'm gonna bring Virgil up. Pooh Shiesty is going to jail regardless because you got off-duty police officers that are gonna tell they knew Pooh Shiesty was in the studio. They got surveillance. They robbed him for the jury. The jury had tracking devices, so when they robbed him for the jury, they was able to track everywhere y'all went after the robbery. They knew that you guys were all together. What are the feds good at? Proving conspiracy theories. So that Pooh Shiesty's going to jail regardless. But see, this is where the trick bag is going to come for Gucci. They're going to say, well, Gucci, your boy Pooh Shiesty's going down regardless. But if you don't testify that he pulled the gun on you and made you sign a contract, the man gets out of that contract. So the feds are going to put him in that trick. If you don't tell us and testify, then Pooh Shiesty gets out of his contract. That's a trick bag they're going to put Gucci in. So Gucci's going to have to make a decision. Do I tell the FBI what happened and the reason that I signed this contract, or do I just let it go? Give me your thoughts, Biggie.
Man, that's a hard call because again, if he just let it go, that's how much money just walking out the door?
20+ million.
Okay, see, for the streets to try to tell him that he would be wrong for letting 20+ million walk out the door, I don't know if I can agree with that because them same dudes I don't think would let 20+ million walk out the door. You get what I'm saying? For the sake of keeping it street. You get what
Right.
I'm saying? I mean, I don't know, bro. Y'all, I mean, that's to me, that's a decision that each man would have to make for himself if they was ever in that position. But 20 million is a lot of money to just walk out the door for the sake of trying to keep a bunch of cats that's not even on their tax bracket happy. You get what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
I that's just for me. But I again, business is business. You know, street politics are not supposed to be in multi-million-dollar deals. I mean, it's really not supposed to be. It really shouldn't be no place for that in that kind of business with that kind of money. I mean, you know, they were saying Suge was in there doing that, and look at where he at today.
Yeah,
You get what
for
I'm saying? So
yeah.
I'm just saying, bro, bro, that's a
Hey, I'm
decision
gonna
that
bring you
each
back
man
up.
would have to make.
I'm gonna bring you back up, Big E, and I'm gonna pass it to Virgil. But before I pass it to
For
Virgil, I'm gonna
sure.
say this: Gucci Man invested in POOH Shiesty, so the feds want him. They're gonna. In other words, they're gonna say, if you don't testify, then he walks away and he gets out of that contract. If you don't testify, so Gucci got a decision to make. What you think about that, Virgil?
Hey man, it's a sticky situation, man. For real, I gotta say, man, and being an ex-street nigga myself, street ninja myself, been to the penitentiary before. You know, I see a lot of people speaking on this, Red, but a lot of y'all ain't never been at a joint before. A lot of y'all ain't never really ain't really been in no real street-ish before either. So a lot of y'all just really don't know what y'all talking about, and that's okay. But I'm gonna say this though, Red, and this is what I'm gonna say. Most of real ones like myself, like yourself, like Big E, who actually have experience with this stuff. I'm going to say this is probably the main consensus amongst us. Gucci is no longer held to the codes of the streets, in my opinion. And this is coming from a real live ex-street nigga. You hear me? Serious. And I no bragging, no boasting. Go look, my man, listen. Real street nigga, for real. Nothing to be bragging about. So far removed from that myself, you hear me? That I'm an ex-street nigga. I don't do none of that stuff no more. But when we talking about Roderick Davis, man, he is a businessman now, Red. Been so for the past 15, 20 some odd years. You know what I mean? He's so far removed from the streets that he can't be held to the rules and the codes of the streets. No matter if he go on live and say, bet I don't tell or nothing like that. He didn't think, he's talking about as far as like being involved in anything. What Gucci Man need to be involved in any criminal activity for? You can only snitch on somebody if you are willingly involved in active criminal activity. And what you say to the police, get somebody sent to the joint. Gucci Man would be a victim, identifying his victimizers, right? And he would be doing what he's supposed to do as a citizen, as a businessman under the law. Now, understand this though, right, Red? Gucci don't have to say anything. Like you just said, POOH Shiesty and all his homeboys is going to the joint, man.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing. Gucci don't have to say anything. Gucci could sit up there and you know, I didn't see anything. But think about the logic in that though, Red. Like Gucci don't say he didn't say anything. It's numerous other victims, witnesses who were there who can corroborate everything. So not only is Gucci's testimony cooperation not needed for the case in totality, even if he was, it wouldn't be snitching because he's not involved in criminal activity. He's actually a victim in this situation. Now,
Yeah.
as far as the streets, go ahead, Red.
No, I just want to interject and say this. You right about that, Virgil. Like as far as like the criminal case of them getting locked up, but they're gonna say as far as the contract goes, we need your testimony to prove that he pulled out this gun. And if you don't testify, then he gets out of the contract. You lose out on millions. Like we said, though, they're going to jail regardless because you got cooperating witnesses and an off-duty police officer. They're going to testify for sure.
Right.
There's no way out of that. They're going to testify. POOH Shiesty is going out of jail. The Gucci Man part with the contract thing, they're going to separate that and say, okay, these boys are already going to jail. We got cooperating witnesses. But when it comes to the contract, Gucci, in order to protect your contract, we need you to testify and say that, yes, he pulled out this gun and forced you to do it. And if you don't testify, then he gets out of the contract and you lose millions.
Right. So, and with that being said, and like you said, man, and I'm gonna agree. This puts Gucci in a very sticky situation because what we don't understand a lot of is that there is no footage of POOH SHIESTY putting a gun to his head and making him sign anything. This is not on camera. They don't have this on camera. Do you understand that, Red?
They're gonna need Gucci's testimony to prove it.
So, and the other people wasn't in the office allegedly. They were being stuck up in another room, right?
Exactly.
So nobody can corroborate except for Gucci if this actually happened, right?
Yes.
So, with that being said, if Gucci decides to say, you know, whatever, I signed the contract, I didn't do it under duress. As far as the robbery, I don't know anything about that. I wasn't involved with that. I wasn't even in the same room, so I don't even understand what happened. I don't even know who else was there. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. But Gucci, him not saying anything, okay, he don't say anything, right? Because he's the only one who can corroborate if this whole thing about him having a Draco pointed to his head to make him sign the contract. You know, if he say he didn't sign the contract out of duress, then that mean that Gucci was willing to handle it at that point, however he was going to handle it after that, if he was going to handle it at all. Because let's just be real, man. Although 20 million potentially was at stake to be made, this is all contingent on POOH SHIESTY staying out and continuing his contract that he has. The contract is now null and void to some extent, at least almost momentarily for the time being, because he just caught this case. Gucci ain't winning in this situation. He actually losing. And as far as the money, man, I don't believe that they say 24 million was made in the 2 whatever years this boy was locked up. I just don't believe it. I don't see where it came from if it did. You know what I'm saying? So as far as some money goes, I mean, it was money to be made, but I mean, as far as like, you know, as of now, that's kind of null and void now, man. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of on the flow now. Let's say if Gucci don't say nothing, and that's actually what happened, then now we know it's on the flow. So it kind of brings to some validity what Gucci just said when he just said that I ain't telling about no police or nothing, though. You know what I'm saying? But if you act, some people said Gucci already been cooperating.
Yeah, they said Gucci already gave a statement what POOH SHIESTY was wearing already, right? They said he already gave a statement what he was wearing, but see, that's for the robbery, right? But when it comes to the contract, they're gonna say, okay, Gucci, if you don't say anything, then POOH SHIESTY gets out of that contract and you lose millions. If you want the contract to still hold up, you got to testify, bro.
I'm just saying, and when it comes to the millions ain't even been made yet, Red. So what is he really losing? You can't miss what you ain't never had.
Or well, Guwap looking at it like this: the money he was gonna make. I don't believe. I'm with you on that, Virgil. I don't believe that POOH SHIESTY generated that much money. I just don't believe that much money off of his name. Now, could he potentially make that with shows and albums? Yes, but as far as now and what's been made now, I don't believe it either, bro.
So that's why Gucci, as far as the contract situation go, like I said, if he don't testify, we'll never know for sure if that's actually what happened, if that even actually ever happened at all, Red.
Yeah.
That could be just something that was made up for all we know. How is this going to be corroborated? That is what happened. But what we do know happened is that the contract got signed.
Yes.
Now, if Gucci said he did it, if he said he did it under duress, is that snitching on POOH SHIESTY? No.
But they're gonna say that. But what you're saying is true though. But see, this how the streets gonna look at it. Well, Gucci testimony proved that you did the robbery, because they're gonna say, well, if he pull out the gun on you to get you out of the contract, he also robbed the people in the other room. So that ties, you know, fuck, I forget the dude name, POOH SHIESTY, to the Gucci robbery in the contract and the robbery of the other people. So if Gucci does admit it, it does incriminate POOH SHIESTY on criminal charges. But at the same time, Gucci like, I didn't tell you to do that robbery. I don't owe you no loyalty. I made you a superstar and a millionaire. You think I'm gonna let you rob me and get away with it, and I'm gonna lose out on millions and not say nothing because I want to uphold the street code? Hell no, I'm gonna tell them what happened and protect my money and contract, boy. Go ahead, Virgil.
Hey, Vern, let me ask y'all something. Let me ask both of y'all something. Red, they showed a video of, I think it was a white dude that, you know, he had the marks on his neck that he was allegedly choked out.
Yeah.
Where he almost lost consciousness, right? So let's just say if that dude is adamant about wanting justice, and he decides he gonna testify. And I mean, do you get what I'm saying? Like, okay, if Guwap don't say nothing, right? But somebody who was actually there through the court, like real time there, and he wants to press charges, like, how do you navigate that?
Right. And just like Red said, man, Biggie, man, you damned if you do, damned if you don't. But my thing is Gucci really damned though? I don't, and then I'm telling you, and this is why I've been talking. Man, I'm a man. Listen, I'm from the streets, man, just as much as anybody who actually is, man. Been in the joint, penitentiary numbers, all of that. I've been in front of them people, man. I'm telling you, Gucci wouldn't be. Now, I'm not saying that the so-called streets, which most of you niggas who on the internet talking the street is, y'all ain't even street ninjas. Right, but after whatever, you got dudes that's actually on the streets that got their feelings because there's been the talk in the barbershops and stuff since this happened. Gucci is like I'm saying, of course the streets is going to say what they're going to say, but does Gucci? The thing is, do Gucci care about street respect anymore? And that's the real question. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, as a guy that's from the streets, I don't give a damn about no street respect. I don't give a damn about that. I'll give a lot more about the respect I have now, which is way more credible and solid than any respect I could have got from my life being in the streets, man. So maybe that's how Gucci is feeling right now. Maybe he feel like, hey, it's a lot of dudes saying F the streets, right? And I would never say F the streets, but when it comes to stuff like this, I'm not saying F the streets. What I'm saying is I don't give a damn about what ninjas in the street think about me. I'm not even the street ninja no more. I don't care, right? Yeah. And I could kind of get a perspective of what Gucci might be thinking. Like, and I said, and I honestly don't think regardless of what Gucci said, man, I wouldn't even look at him funny for saying that because there's some context with that. This is all contextualized on if Gucci is an active street dude involved in some street-ish, which means he's involved in illegal criminal activity to some extent, which I don't think or know that he is. In this situation, Gucci's a victim. Somebody who he thought was a business partner decided to do some crazy, stupid stuff. And what is he to do? Not say nothing? Pooh, get out the situation. He's going to the joint anyway. And what? He's supposed to go ride on Shiesty's people and hire some guns to go do something. I mean, what is Gucci supposed to do? He's supposed to get his get back, or he going to be upholding the street code because he didn't point Shiesty out as if Gucci saying something or not saying something is going to prevent this man from getting. Then I like if Gucci don't say anything, Shiesty ain't still going to that who's gal, man. He's still going back to the joint.
He going down anyway because, like Big E said, the white guys showed the marks of them tying them up. They can point people out and say what they were wearing. Their jury had tracking devices on it, so Pooh Shiesty is going to jail regardless. Now let's separate down when it comes to the contracting. They want Guwap's testimony to protect his contract. They're like, well, Guwap, if you want to protect that contract, the only way you can do that is you got to get on this stand and testify. And if it don't get on this stand and testify, Pooh Shiesty gets out of that contract and you lose millions.
Hey, let me ask y'all this. Hey, Birds, let me ask y'all this. Them same dudes, literally, after all this alleged stuff happened, right? They got on social media and started posting the man jury, etc., etc. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do Guwap? So how do you get past that? Are you going to say he just gave it to you? I mean, you get what I'm saying? You posted it yourself. So it's like, well, how did you get that? Oh, he was so grateful that y'all came and bum rushed the studio or whatever that you just handed him over your earrings, your wedding band, all your watches, your cat. You just handed them all of that, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? You posted it yourself. So what I'm asking is, when you get on the internet and you say certain things and you even post the evidence of what could be considered a 211, you know what I'm saying? Who got a snitch on you? That's not snitching on yourself. Y'all here to talk on the internet. The talk is what it is. Everybody been doing content on it ever since it happened, right? So the fact that y'all got on here and you posted the alleged lifted items all on Instagram, like today, I mean, real talk, people get online and brag about their crimes. They're even taping their crimes. The reason that the streets is dead, okay, see, back in the 80s and 90s, it wasn't cameras on every corner. In every neighborhood, at least in LA, in every neighborhood, in every intersection, in every plaza, in every park, I don't care where you are, there are millions of cameras looking at you, the whole scenery. You ain't getting away with nothing. Even if you driving down the freeway, they could track you down the freeway. It's cameras on the freeway. You get what I'm saying? So if you do anything now, more than likely it's recorded. What did we see? What did a ring cam caught Slim 400? You get what I'm saying? We see everything is on, and that was a ring cam, and we saw that. So if you call yourself trapping, you probably lying because somebody's looking at you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none no more of them drive-bys and all that like that, bro, because a camera saw you. Can't do the things in the street today that you could back then. You know what I'm saying? Everything has evolved. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can market yourself now. Back in the days, you couldn't do that. You needed the record company or whoever to market you. You could do that yourself now. A lot of people became self-made millionaires due to this internet. You get what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Come on, you can't be that thug dude no more, dude. I mean, that's dead. But again, the people that, okay, again, Verge, what was alleged, like Red said, is 20 million. I hear everybody talking, but I don't know if I believe the fact that everybody gonna just let $20 million walk out the door and you just take that L. I'm gonna call immaculate cap on a whole lot of that.
Yeah.
I really am. And especially when you bragged about it on your own social media and it was other people that was involved in this alleged crime. So if they don't press charges on these same dudes that was at that, you know what I'm saying, that was there at that place and time, well, how does that work? These people ain't saying nothing, but these people saying, nah, I'm going to the fullest extent of the law. Like, how does that work? You remember, they be on them studios, Red, ever since what happened to Jam Master Jay. Bro, it'd be a lot of shenanigans be going on at these music studios, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it always has been over the years. How many shootings and all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but yeah, man. But
you
see,
know?
this is the thing. They told on themselves by posting it, and plus you have cooperating witnesses. Now, the Gucci Man thing, I don't think Gucci Man would testify if he didn't, like, if it wasn't for the contract thing, right? If they told Gucci, well, you can get out of the contract, he did this, boom, it is
Red,
what
they
it is.
saying they can't hear you. They saying they can't hear you, Red. They saying no sound.
No sound, no sound. Y'all can't hear me? Okay, hold on real quick. I'm trying to see why they can't hear me. Hold on, you guys. Y'all can't hear what I'm saying? Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Let me fix this. Yeah, man. We gonna fix that. But Gucci got it. He got to look at it like this. No sound. Y'all can't hear me. All right. Well, shit. I can hear myself. I don't know why they can't hear me, but I'm gonna say this. The contract. See, they're gonna separate the robbery from the contract thing. They're gonna say that Guwap was in a separate room, and they're going to need Guwap's testimony to protect his contract situation. Now, they already fried as far as the robbery because you got white men that's saying they did it. They held as a gunpoint. Plus, they were dumb enough to post the evidence on social media. And on top of that, the jury had tracking devices on it, right? The jury had tracking devices. They're going to say, Guwap, we need your we need your testimony. If you don't do this, POOH Shiesty's going to get out of that contract and you lose millions. Do you want to testify or not? At this particular point in Guwap's life, I believe that Guwap will testify to protect his assets and money, to protect his business. I believe he will, because I don't think testifying is going to affect what Guwap got going on. Guwap don't need the streets no more to be a multi-millionaire. He could sign artists, get behind him and make all the money and kick it behind the scene. I don't think Guwap is gonna let this go. You ain't gonna just rob me and get away with it after I made you a millionaire. I invested in you when nobody else did. POOH Shiesty was a young little goon walking around Memphis with no money. Guwap signs you and put a whole lot of money in your pocket. I don't think Guwap is going to take this land down and say, all right, well, I ain't going to say anything. He's going to walk away and get out of the contract after he held me at gunpoint. I don't think Guwap is going to let that slide. I'm going to let both of you guys land your plane, and I'm going to let, so who want to go first, Biggie or Virgil? Whoever want to go first.
Yeah, let me go ahead. Yeah, let me go ahead and go. I got to go. But all I'm saying is, bro, look, they got literally video footage of what happened with Young Dog. They got video footage of what happened with Big Jook and just so on and so forth. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, what I'm saying is keeping it street, bro, will land you, you know, bro, you're going to be stuck. Even them dudes down there in Florida, one of them dudes, the one that him and his daddy had, I guess, slid on somebody.
Yeah.
And then dude testified on his son. You know what I'm saying? That bro, all of this stuff was on film. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, bro, if you trying to keep it street, especially when everything is on film instead of you keeping it business where you need to be. You know what I mean? To keep yourself, especially what you built up. Everybody say they got it out the mud. So if you got it out the mud, then it's up to you to protect what you got out the mud. And everybody say they street. A lot of dudes don't be in the streets like that. They just be talking. You know what I'm saying, bro? The streets is treacherous. And it's the deep water. And if you don't know how to navigate that deep water, bro, you will get ate up by them sharks.
Yeah.
So Guwap need to just protect his best interests, and I'm gonna land with that. Man, thanks for having me up. Salute, y'all.
Appreciate you, Big E, for pulling up, my brother. Now I'm a Virgil. Oh, my bad. Virgil, man, you got it. Give me your thoughts on it, Virgil.
All right, man. Shout out to my big homie, Big E in the building. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to my brother Red too. And this is what I'm saying, man. Most of these dudes speaking on this, Red, ain't street ninjas at all. Don't know nothing about none of this type stuff, right? But what I'm not saying that to say that they shouldn't speak on. I'm just saying that the fact that we got most of the people speaking on this don't know nothing about this. You know what I'm saying? This is why we got such a diverse of opinions in this. But you know, as far as this situation being a right or wrong on Gucci's part, man, like I say, it's being an ex-street woman myself, man. Like when it comes to that contract, Red, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about it just like how you is, bro. Like, man, hold on, man. I looked out for you, little bro. You know what I'm talking about? I put you in a situation to alter your life, your family's life, even your community and your city's life. You know what I'm saying? You know, went to the joint behind some stupid stuff you did. You know what I mean? You came home, and when you came home, I was right there. You know, everybody talk about whatever the contractual situation was or how Gucci is with artists. As true as any of that stuff may or may not be, that ain't got nothing to do with this situation right here, right? Because even if it is an extension of any of that, handle it in this way was just not the thing to do. This is not a gangster street, Blue Hill Avenue situation, man. This is business, corporate business, man. Big corporate business too. You know what I'm talking about? And to run up in there like you gonna Suge Knight somebody out the balcony, or you know what I'm talking about, run up in there with the pistols or whatever and make somebody do something, man. That's just not the way you handle business nowadays, man. You might have got away with stuff like that 25, 30 years ago, but 2026, man, you ain't getting away with nothing like that. Not on federal probation while you got an ankle monitor warrant, fresh out the joint from doing some stupid stuff you just got out for. You know what I mean? And then to hold Gucci up to the standards of a street ninja, even though he hold himself up to it, right? But when we thinking about this situation, Red, this is his business, man. So what is Gucci supposed to? What is he supposed to do? Is he supposed to not say nothing, right? Lose out on whatever he lose out on, and just get at Shiesty in the streets for robbing him or making him sign a contract at gunpoint? Like, I'm just so he was supposed to get his get back when he going to the joint. So was he supposed to get at his family or something? See, and that's you got to think about the logic. A lot of y'all is trying to justify this from. That's what I'm saying. Y'all talking about this street stuff, and most of y'all ain't even from the streets. Because real ones from the streets, like myself, was looking at this like, damned if Gucci do, get damned if he don't. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to this street image, Red, like, so what? Okay, I don't care what you street ninjas think about me. I'm a multi-millionaire businessman. I'm so far beyond the streets, I would never see any of y'all dudes. And I've done more for the streets and the so-called community than a lot of y'all could ever probably dream about doing. So at the end of the day, Red, man, like, I'm with Big E. Hey, man, whatever Ratchet got to do to protect what he need to protect, I don't look at him like no snitch, bro. I don't look at him like he a rat or none of that. He was involved in no criminal activity whatsoever. It's not like he got a secret. He gets some type of benefit out of fomenting this plan with Shiesty behind us. Like, it don't even, the way you try to make it seem that if Gucci was snitching, that means he was involved some way. And it just don't make sense for him to be involved criminally in this situation whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Red?
It ain't like Gucci said, all right, we're going to commit a crime together, and he got caught and told. Gucci had nothing to do with this. I ain't tell you to rob me. You rob people who had nothing to do with it, and they're going to testify. You're going to jail regardless. And as far as the contract, as a businessman, should I let you just rob me and get out of the contract? Hell no. Nah. I'm not going to let you just slide. But so I'm not mad at Gucci if he hopped on the stand. We grown, man. I've done my time in the streets. I've caught felonies for guns, drugs, all type of stuff. I did all that in my 20s. I'm in my 40s now. I understand how business works. So no, I won't look down at Guwap if he did testify.
At all. Not one bit. Hey, Red, and this is coming from two. Hold on, let me come up real quick. Right. Let me come up real quick. And this is coming from a real live street nigga out of Columbus, Ohio. You hear me, man? Real live street nigga. Used to be anyway. I'm talking about real live street nigga. Ask around in Columbus, Ohio about the nigga stacks, nigga. Telling you, been in the joint, all of that shit, all that crazy shit you niggas can think about that most of you niggas ain't never in your life experienced. And you better be glad you had. And I'm not bragging about that. I wish I could have lived a different life coming up. But due to my environment, I was in the streets at a young age. And when you in the streets like I was, nigga, you gonna go to the joint or you gonna end up dead. You hear me? Luckily, I'm still here. Most of you dudes speaking on this, never seen the county and never been in a joint, don't know nothing about that environment, and you don't want to know. I don't want you to know. And this situation is an extension of that because all these dudes been from that. They really from that. POOH SHIESTY from that. Gucci from that. Most of y'all speaking on it ain't. So y'all's frame of reference is going to always be from like an audience not knowing, can't really speak on it, but can. But your points and your opinions just really don't mean nothing because you don't know nothing about it.
Hey,
and that's just what it is right there.
They're spectators, never been participators. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. and like I said, Red, this is coming from an ex-real live street nigga. Right, listen, Gucci, listen, Radrick, if you get on that stand as a businessman and tell them people that man sit up there and run up and you thought it was business going on, bro. Whoa, what you doing, bro? We came here to discuss business, bro. I got my people out here, record execs, producers. We don't know who these white T-boys was. Who are they? What are their names? Who they connected with, right? It's more to this story than what they telling us, Red, right? But we ain't gonna talk about that though, right? That's irrelevant.
Yeah,
you got me all messed up with these people and stuff. And I mean, you put me in the spot, bro. Like, even if I didn't say nothing, they gonna say something, so it's a wrap.
They going to jail regardless. So you go, and then you think these rich white men got this jury, but these white men got tracking devices on their jury. They're not gonna just get robbed. They're not gonna just get robbed and let that slide. They're gonna testify.
No, it's over with. So as far as Gucci being a snitch and all that, he can't be snitching because he's not involved in criminal activity, right? Y'all can try to misconstrue it. Y'all can make it up to whatever y'all want to be. Most of y'all, if y'all was in a real street situation, y'all would tell. Y'all would tell. Most of y'all dudes speaking on this, like y'all actually got some experience to even be able to speak on this from a valid perspective. If y'all was in any type of street situation I've been in, I guarantee one of you niggas would have told. Y'all would have told.
Gucci, yeah, Virgin. I'm gonna wrap this thing up, man. I appreciate you
Yeah.
for pulling up, my brother. Shout out to Virgil Berry for pulling up.
No doubt, man. You already know, Red. Do your thing, brother, man. Hit that cash app on your way out, man. You already know what it is, man. Real ones talk about real ish while y'all just spectate and like spectators, like y'all dudes is out there. I'm gone, man.
All right, shout out to Virgil Berry, my dog, man, from Columbus, Ohio, man. But like I said, Guwap has a business decision to make. If he don't testify, he lose millions. Pooh Shiesty get out of the contract after he robbed him at gunpoint. So they're gonna say, Gucci, we need your testimony, brother. That's the only way we can protect your contract. You got to get up here and testify. That's the only way we can protect your contract. If you don't do it, then he walks away. He gets out of the contract. He just robbed you at gunpoint and got out of that contract if you don't testify. Shout out to Vernon85. Shout out to L Dog. Shout out to y'all for the cash apps. We need to get some more of you brothers to become supporters of this content because we be dropping this real heat. We be bringing this real smoke. Real life, no joke. King Supreme, you already know what it do. Peace, love, and blessings, giving you game to keep you from stressing. It's your player partner, King Supreme. Make sure that you like the stream on your way out. I'm gone. Peace for Sugar Down. You already know. Peace.